2023. What?
What'd you say? What'd you say about me?
I said that you're looking. I got nothing.
I was
Looking really greedy.
You look like you're between 20 and 23. See? Easy.
Maybe if I'd shaved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. It's been a bit since we've had a podcast. We say that a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's
a
been
few things.
2 weeks, right?
I mean, you guys have to come back from a galaxy far, far away.
3 weeks.
That
Every
is
few
true.
weeks, so
That is true.
it takes time.
I guess 2 weeks ago we had Badonkagonk. Yeah. 3 weeks ago was our last podcast for the year. So, how's everyone's holiday and everything go? Because we had holidays and breaks.
Yeah.
And we were gone.
Mine was pleasant, quaint. I had a great time. I'm most curious about yours, Aaron.
It was okay.
Yeah?
I felt like I didn't help a lot at home.
Now, why is that? You just slacking?
Well, I said it in, I think it was in the last podcast we had.
Yeah?
And I also talked about it in Mailbag, but the Friday before Christmas, I had surgery. And surgery was consisting of a lump that I had on my side and then also a vasectomy.
Yep.
So it was a lot of uncomfortableness on where to sit or stand or lay.
Was.
I mean, it's much better now. Like, extremely
Good.
Before it was like I just didn't want to move. Like, at least now it's like I don't want to be jostled. You don't
No,
want to
yeah.
That's the point I'm at now. Or like I don't want like quick, heavy movements or something. But
Yeah.
Quick, heavy movements.
Yeah, it's not easy avoiding jostling with 4 kids.
sure,
Especially
They get
in
you.
that area.
yeah. And it's in
cats.
the holiday time, which was like
Yeah. Things keep getting put on your lap, open. I understand that.
so all that happened.
But it went well.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Recovery, I
For-
think, is going well for everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, otherwise the holidays seemed to go fairly decent, I think. But yeah, no, it was definitely busy with that. I would recommend anyone who has to do that or wants to do that or needs to do that, make sure you have like jock straps.
Jock straps.
They seem to be the best things for that.
I'm actually kind of interested. I might do
It
that.
keeps things contained more.
Yeah.
So, like, jock straps with a cup?
No, I wouldn't use a cup.
No
They-
cup.
They
Yeah.
gave one for it, like
Okay.
that. They recommended using it for at least 2 days.
Yeah. You're still wearing it.
Luckily, I also got others that I could wear, so it has helped tremendously to just
Yeah.
have that extra like support there. So
Just
That's my
taking
biggest
gravity out
tidbit
of
of
the
information.
equation, right? Is a big part.
yeah, well, because a lot of stuff doesn't. It lets things hang, and you
Yeah.
like going to the bathroom and things, gravity affecting things, was painful.
Oh.
So having
Understandable.
something keep things together was a lot better.
Keep things together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how much of this do I want to go into? And how much do people want to know? So I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
They've been anticipating this for years.
yeah, if you do, I would recommend jock straps. And like swelling can be an issue, so make sure you have like things that you can use for ice in a way.
Like gel.
The gel
The
frozen
bag
packs
things.
or something like that. I had a couple of those that I
Jell-O?
use and stuff like that too, but
Not necessarily.
Encase it in Jello.
not Jell-O.
Oh, it'd probably feel pretty good.
Not Jell-O.
Why, Eric?
I don't know.
I mean, you could put Jell-O, I suppose, there.
It wouldn't. So you're saying Jello wouldn't help at all?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. I was like, what?
So
I mean, menthol jello, maybe.
maybe. Other than that, yeah, I think that's the biggest bit of information I think I have for that.
Merry Christmas.
I didn't know what to expect with it.
Everyone.
I was very concerned and worried.
Yeah.
My side is healing nicely, I think,
Good.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
The side was just a mass that they're just like, let's get this out of here.
yeah, it was like
It's a part of your body. They're like, you don't need this.
I just had like a growth. Like if I stretched like this, you would see the bump
Yeah.
Yeah.
under my skin, and they just removed that.
It was like a little cyst or something, right?
Yeah. I think they basically just said it was like fatty tissue.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually sent it to be tested or anything, but they weren't concerned with it. The worst thing is that they have to test that what they actually did for my other surgery is that they actually cut out my vas deferens.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to send those off and have them tested to make sure it wasn't like something else that they cut out.
What?
Like a vein? Like what else?
The description that they gave me was that there's a lot of tissue in the scrotum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is possible that what they get and cut could be something else. Like, typically it is the vas deferens, but they send it off to be tested to make sure. So there's that. In like the 6 weeks after the surgery, I have to give them a sample.
Mm-hmm.
So like that will let me know if it worked okay. And then was there anything else? Oh, they also said that it's very rare, but there's a possibility that there could be, besides the 2 main vas deferens, that there sometimes could be an extra one coming from one testicle going up.
There's
So,
an
like,
extra.
if I'm like
A mutant.
if I'm like a mutant and
Could
I have, which is possible, and why I have so many kids,
Sure.
like there could be a third that's there. So,
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
CD Briggs.
I
No.
don't think I can show pictures on Twitch. I don't think. Actually, I don't know. There is YouTube's at least has the idea where it's like you can't show that stuff unless
YouTube's
it's for educational
Yeah,
purposes.
you can for educational purposes.
Educational YouTubes.
There
This is
could
not
potentially be
YouTube's.
that, but this is not YouTube.
So like,
It was funny though, because like my kids were like, I showed them my side. They're
Yeah.
like, "What about the other one?" I'm like, "I don't know if you want to see that one."
Yeah. It's not my belly.
I saw the side one.
Yeah, the side one.
He looks like Jesus,
Yeah.
stabbed in the side
Jesus.
by a spear. Yeah.
The Spear of Destiny.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's like eyelid that all the eyelashes have been plucked out and taped shut.
Tape shut.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Does it ever freak you out just how much guesswork is involved?
Guesswork.
Yeah.
With
like,
Where
surgery?
they're just like, hey, you might have more. I don't know what this is. We'll go get it tested. You know, like when you're born into this world, you're like, all right, people before me have figured out laws. They figured out medicine. I just got to follow what they say, you know? And then they're just like, yeah, we don't know. Yeah, you have just a growth here. We're going to cut that out. Hopefully it's nothing.
I don't.
You know, and you're like, you guys should have figured this out.
I don't
before
think
got here.
I try not to think about it that way because I feel like what it typically is like they know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
to keep their bases covered, they
Sure.
say these other things.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
get
mean?
you. I know. I just want unrealistic, absolute certainty.
Yeah. I don't think I get
Especially if
that.
they're like, you might have a third down there in your balls. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Like,
like
what?
they weren't doing
What
like
if I have a fourth? What if I'm the first?
they weren't doing like ultrasounds or anything down there or nothing. They were just like
Yeah.
and, like he's like drawing a picture. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I don't really want to know. Just you do it, and it'll be okay. But
Sure.
but yeah, I have to see him here later this month. I think I don't know when it is,
Confirm.
and then I'll find out if I'm.
Are you ready
If-
for
I'll
that? That's
find out if
probably
it-
going to be
I'll
the
find
most
out if it
dramatic
worked.
part,
Okay.
I don't know, man. I
right?
guess
Because you
maybe.
got to give a sample.
Yeah, I don't know what the process of that's gonna be.
Oh, you know the process.
I'm hoping it's.
You've been preparing
You've
for
got
this your whole
30
life.
minutes.
I'm hoping it's just from home, and I hope it's not timed.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not in just like a random big like room.
They told me like you could do the sample wherever, but you have to have it at the lab within 30 minutes.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
thought
be-
you meant I have 30 minutes. Never mind.
They put you in a room.
You got a time limit.
I'm like,
There's
I
like
don't
a big red clock on the wall.
really need that much time.
Lady comes
but-
in, it's like, what happened? He's like, I don't
Hopefully.
know.
You run out of
Reset the
time and
clock.
like all the blinds open at once and everyone in the waiting room
Everyone's
sees you.
sitting there staring and waiting. Time's up.
He didn't make it.
That'd be crazy. It's like,
You want to play a game?
Imagine it's like, you done yet? It's like, no, I still got 10 minutes left.
is that part of it? Is like someone keeps saying stuff every so often?
Ugh.
Your grandma's outside knocking.
Oh, not good.
No.
All right. Well, we wish you luck, and I hope for an update.
Yeah.
On that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's. I felt bad because like we were talking about it yesterday and today, but
Yeah.
like I missed a lot of Twitch archive stuff. I was like, man, I was planning on doing that during the break and then over holiday, and like me, I didn't do a whole lot
You had extra holes on
while
you, man.
while
It's
the
okay.
surgery happened, and I was like, I forgot all
Yeah.
about it until yesterday. I was looking through and I was like, shit, I need to highlight all these. I need to get these
Yep.
over here. So if you guys are missing anything from Twitch here, it'll all be over there here in the next couple days.
Our holiday week off was fantastic for me.
Good.
It was a good reset, good refresh.
That's
I didn't
cool.
do much, but I needed a chance to not do much.
Yeah, that was basically mine as well. Just reset and imagine the kind of pain Aaron was in.
I was telling Rick, I'm gonna say this, but I told Calvin about this. I haven't told Eric, but over the break, Rick at one point messaged me. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm doing okay, uncomfortable and stuff." He's like, "You been getting any sleep?" And I was like, I haven't been able to really sleep too well. I toss and turn a lot anyway. He's like, I've tried different, sleep medicine and stuff like that. It's like, that's could work. It's like, it's hard to get comfortable standing, sitting, or, even laying down or anything. He's like, I understand. He's like, if you need any help, let me know. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. But then, I started thinking about the conversation. It's like, out of context, if you just read what was there, it's just like, hey, you having trouble sleeping? Yeah, a little bit. Have you tried this? I don't know. I just have trouble with this. I understand. If you need any help, let me know. I was like, you gonna help me sleep?
Yeah.
Are you gonna come massage me in bed? I started laughing to myself reading it, and I showed Calvin it, and I was like, that's funny.
Lullaby.
Yeah.
And good night.
It'd be so funny. I'm just laying there, and Rick's just staring at me, singing a lullaby.
Little Aaron.
But it was just funny. But I appreciate it.
Well, I messaged our group. I'm like, Aaron, how you doing? And Melanie responded back like, he walked for 2 miles, the idiot, or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, no, don't walk. You got holes.
That was on, I think I had surgery on Friday, and I think that was on Wednesday maybe. And I kept saying, I think they said 2 weeks for the stitches to fall out and stuff. Melanie's like, no, I think they said it's a week.
Yeah.
5 to 7 days or something like that. I'm like, so she's always like, no, it's not that bad. I'm always like, I'm gonna just take a shower, stuff's gonna get wet, start bleeding for no reason. I'm just freaking out for no reason and stuff. Yeah. But
they don't know. They don't know what's going on.
I can't scratch it. It's just gonna come apart.
Well, so Kanan had this this stomach issue, and it seemed to go on longer than what we thought it would be for being food poisoning.
Okay.
But then we also thought it was going on like no one else got it, so it wasn't and no one else had it before, so it didn't feel like it was something that was going around, what I mean? So she took him to the doctor, but at the same time she could get him into the doctor to kind of see what they said, which they just if it gets really, really bad, take him to the ER. I was like, oh, okay, thanks for nothing. But while that was happening, Leon also had a dentist appointment, and I was like, well, I can just drive him to the dentist appointment. She's like, no, you don't have to drive. Melanie was like, no, don't drive. I'll drop you guys off there. I'll take him to the doctors, because I think it was I forget what the time frame was, but it was I'll drop him off there. You guys can do the dentist stuff. I'll take him to the doctors. I'll come back and I'll pick you up. I was like, okay. She dropped us off at I don't know, 15 minutes early to get him there, to get him checked in, to get him at the same time, because the appointments were at the same time. Well, when she dropped us off early, we went in. They just took us back, had us done by the time the appointment was supposed to start. It was just a cleaning, it didn't take any time at all.
Right.
So when we got out of there, I was like, well, what do we do? And I texted Melanie, she didn't respond. I was like, well, she probably just got back into the doctor's office. I was like, well, Leon, let's just start heading that way, I guess. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be very fast.
Carry me, son.
So, I'm sorry if all your cross-country training is gonna not pay off right now, but we're just gonna walk. So I walked from, it was the family tree on the top of North Hills bowling alley.
Yeah.
Which Melanie was like, well, you should have went bowling. I'm like, yeah, that'd have been a good idea. It's like, well, you could have sat and Leon could have bowled. I guess. But I went from there to back behind the Burger King at that little area back there.
You walked that?
That's where we walked to.
Could have went to my house. I was right there.
Yeah.
I get. I didn't know what you were
right
doing.
There. Call me. We're best friends.
Right?
So I walked all the way over there, and
I could have given you a ride.
I guess that's true. So that's what she got mad about. She came out, and I had gotten into the van. Leon and I were just sitting in the van, and she came out, and I was just like,
yeah.
How'd you guys get here? We're all done with my balls, right?
Well,
I mean,
yes.
Unless that sample comes back.
I'll update you guys.
Okay.
All
Did
right.
you get a? So you didn't do a previous count to compare or anything before, right?
No.
Huh.
It didn't matter that.
They only care about the number 0.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that it. They know it works now.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
weren't you a little curious? What if fucking you have 20,000?
What if
it's
you
off
have
the
the
scale.
You know?
But I mean,
Like more than Master
It's not
Yoda.
like midichlorians.
midichlorians from Qui-Gon.
I know, but what if you were you're virile? What if you were oh my god, this is the most virile man to have ever lived? You never know now.
And now I'm an anomaly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe not.
I know you can reverse it, but it might not be the same.
Are you what information could he gain and that be useful
he
for?
could get a
It's
place in
he's not
Guinness
going to be
World
in the
Records
Yep.
book.
I mean, yeah, sure,
If I
but
pay for it, right? Isn't that like a star where you,
You do
gotta
have to pay for it, but I mean, that's history, my friend.
But it's like, okay, one drop of Aaron's essence could impregnate like how many women? Is that going to be his entry in the book of Guinness World Records?
I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying it's noteworthy.
Yep.
I get you mean.
Should be a footnote
Yeah, like
Footnote worthy.
in his biography.
You know how, like, remember
biologists need to know what the upper limit is.
they do. Remember Stan Lee had that television show, like Real Life Superheroes?
Yes. Oh, so I'm gonna be on that as a.
Well, not anymore. He's gone.
Excelsior.
I get what you mean. Like, here's a super powered guy who
Yeah.
can. What's your power? How do I explain this? My essence can impregnate a lot of women.
I read an article this week where the guy that
like that band.
discovered sperm, i.e., the first guy to actually look at it in a microscope or whatever, like when
Yeah, I'm gonna say like the
he
first
was
guy to
like,
discover it.
he
Like,
was
what do
like
you mean?
disgusted and tried to hide his research.
Yeah.
Really?
He's like, oh no, people will freak out if they see this.
I was looking at it really close.
You just threw up for 2 days. Oh God.
Man. Okay. All right. Well,
All right. Well,
My
what
favorite thing of the
about,
week?
Yeah. What about you guys?
I watched one of my best friends play one of my favorite games of all time.
Was it Pokemon?
It was not.
Oh.
It was Rick playing Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
Playing the first part of that game on Wednesday. He's going to be playing again tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Yes.
And I'll be there in chat as I was the entire time last time. Talking
Yelling
with
at me,
people.
cut the damn grass.
Cut the grass, Rick! You need 40 rupees.
The first stream was. I watched some of it. It was pretty fun. I enjoy watching people discover a game and try to solve stuff.
Me too.
You know.
Well, I enjoy seeing someone confront something for the first time. Because now when I play that game, I've played that game definitely over 100 times. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think about what I'm doing. But like Rick has to think about it. And not only does he have to do that, he has to think about what they want him to think from 1998, not current.
Yeah.
You know, like that game taught a lot of people how to even think about 3D games. So him knowing all that already is like, well, these lessons might not be very well suited for someone that already knows the material. You know, so that was kind of interesting and fun.
I should say too for the mods, don't be afraid to time out Eric if he starts backseating Rick.
You can try. I got mod power.
I'll unmod him.
No, I won't backseat. If I was going to backseat, it would have been when Rick was trying to get around those guards.
Yeah.
No, I had the time of my life.
No, I think I had the whole gamut of like, oh, I feel really impressed that I was able to do this.
Yep.
And like I did this very well, and
Yeah.
oh, this is probably how everyone does it too. I'm so dumb.
No, it made me really wish to like remember the stuff that I would have tried. Like Rick got to the point where he's like, all right, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go to this farm, grab a chicken, jump off the stairs. And, you know, like he started doing crazy stuff like maybe I need a chicken from very far away to jump over here.
I've got 2 clocks. I need to wait for sunrise, and the sun will be in their eyes.
He was, like,
and then I
measuring-
can sneak
My
past.
God.
There's something wrong with these clocks. So like there's something about, I mean, ignorance is bliss, right? Like just because everybody watching knew, and it can be frustrating, but there's also, once you get past the frustration, it's like, I don't know, it's so much fun to watch.
I think it's like humor. It
Yeah.
comes in cycles.
I think it does.
Where it's like, this is funny,
Yeah.
this is frustrating, now this is funny again.
Because there were times where you would like, you were 2 steps away from doing it, you know, and then you would turn away and the whole audience is like,
Ah.
but it was fantastic. I can't wait for more tomorrow.
Yeah, which Eric said, you heard right. It will be at 3:00 tomorrow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So an earlier. Well, it's the same time as we normally have it.
Same
but
time as group stream, but
It's gonna be.
gonna be a
Legend
Rick
of Zelda.
stream.
So make sure you guys join
Yeah.
for that.
And you have Maggie there with you too, and I do appreciate her being there and breaking down, because there's just a little bit of a lower drop so far.
Yeah.
And I like hearing her and your speculation.
And there have been a few things where like she has given me the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like she noticed something I didn't.
Sure. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's been good as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it's nice to be able to play a game from like a game from when I was a kid, like I would have played it when I was a kid. So, like, I got no internet. Like, I've just got to play this and figure it out, or I'm just going to be at this for a month.
I weirdly feel the same way about music that was produced around the time I was coming up.
Yeah.
There's just some, like, even if I didn't like it, there's something about listening to it now where I'm like, oh yeah, they did that, you know? Or watching trailers from that time as well for movies, because there's a very specific way they do trailers throughout the decades. So I kind of feel similar to that. What's the one thing so far, Rick, you're like, oh, hate that?
Hate that?
Yep.
From Zelda?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that I hated it. I think there's a lot of problems with that guard sneaking section,
Really?
like design-wise.
Sure, I get you.
I wouldn't say that I hated it. Like, I still need to get used to Z targeting. And
Yeah,
like the way
Z
everything
targeting it takes a bit.
moves. But,
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable with it than I did when I started playing Mario 64 for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, targeting and locking on is very important for games.
No, No.
It's the superior way of being able to beat
not.
and defeat enemies.
It is. And this was the Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
So let
64.
there be light.
The
Yeah,
Genesis
because
was
they were
another
restricted
console.
on the hardware and the software that they could use. So
What
it was a
restricted, Calvin?
stopgap.
It opened up a whole new world, a whole new dimension.
Yes, because it's the best that they could do, and now it's better.
No, yeah, I mean, it's crazy to just put my mindset back in that and be like, man, time is changing.
Yeah.
Like, I can see the sun moving.
Yeah, right?
Like, that's crazy. Like, you know, the NES had like Simon's Quest and things where it's like, it's a terrible night to have a curse, but you don't see the sun moving in a 3D world.
You can literally look up, find the sun, and guess what time it is.
Yeah.
Just watch it go.
Crazy.
Yeah. Weirdly, the moon, you can do the same thing too, even though that's not really true to life. But
It's funny because I spent a lot of time playing that game, and I don't know. I know I beat it. I don't know what I played where I'm like, this I solved on my own. This, like, I know I had a strategy guide at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when I used it or what I used it for. So, like, it's funny, like, thinking about the guards, and I'm like, well, I know what to do now. But what did young Aaron know?
Yeah,
did he know how to
now-
get in there initially? Did he watch the strategy guide and look through it to know, or did he just figure it out when he played? And I don't remember, you know?
For me, we have it forever. Posterity.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite thing about reactions, especially to something that has has age to it like this. Because when I play that game, and I was a dumb kid that played, I'm like, nope, this is all real, you know. But now when I look at it, I can look at it with a more critical eye, just because someone is looking at it from a new point of view, which is I would never do that.
Yeah.
Without that, so yeah, it's a very valuable experience for me.
And if you missed them, you can watch me do that with Mario 64, Zelda Link to the Past.
Yep.
They're all over on the Twitch archive channel.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones are.
Some
and
of them
then
are highlighted on the main channel.
Ocarina of Time will be up tomorrow morning
Yeah.
over on the archive channel.
For me, though, it's the sound of "You're Almost Dead." That's what I hate the most.
Oh,
That sound like
Sure.
pierces my brain.
yeah.
Dee-dee,
I
that.
mean, I'm used to it,
But it's
from
so
Zelda,
loud.
But it is terrible. And I also don't like the rupee pickup sound.
Yeah, when you
Bling.
said that, and you're like, I don't like that as much as A Link to the Past. I don't think I've ever compared them, and I think I agree with you. Like, this one is a little more like
It almost sounds blown
metally.
out.
What's that?
It almost sounds like it blows out of the speakers.
Yeah,
in a
like
way.
there's like a ring metal to it as
There's a
opposed-
harshness.
Yeah, there's a harshness to it. I can see that.
Hmm.
Also, you know, I know it's a limitation of the hardware, but like those rupees fall on the ground, they disappear after like 5 seconds.
know.
I just want to be like, why? Why is money disappearing? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's lost in the
vanishes.
grass.
Yeah, like you've got no time, and I'm already struggling with the controls. Like, get over there.
I like to think.
Which Rick is using like a Nintendo 64 controller
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We have one for the Switch that he's playing on, so
Yeah.
he gets to play with an N64 controller like the old days.
Authentic experience.
You know,
Indeed.
child Eric, I came up with all theories for everything. It's like, well, you know, whatever put that money in the grass came back and took it, put it back in the grass.
Well, that's
There's
cool.
spirits all over this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you got to get it quick, or the fairies come and take it.
Is that what happened? What are the fairies?
Oh man, there's a very specific corner
Oh,
of
fuck Navi. But go on.
Puck Navi.
Fuck.
Why?
They said Puck, but I get you, because Puck is like Navi. I love Navi.
No, like I'm stuck. She seems to be a hint system, but she's giving me no useful hints.
Yeah.
And then the ones that she does give me about like it's only vulnerable when the eye is red is a lie.
No,
It wasn't.
It
Didn't she tell you about like what to do at the guard moment thing
Yes.
that you didn't do?
No,
Well,
she
she's-
just said like
like right now you should be looking for Talon.
Oh,
Right? The
okay. Is that what
Mallory's
she said?
father is what you said, like implying like you got to get to the castle. And Rick's like, I can't get to the castle. There must be a way to get to the castle. And he spent an hour looking for it, and that was one of my favorite hours of all time.
Rookie has a point. It says that Navi is just Rick during Hen Hunt. They say things, and I had to decipher what the heck it means.
No, honestly, my favorite thing about Navi is that she, like, whenever she gets out and goes away from you, it's like, oh, there's something interesting.
that is cool.
Use a Z target, or
Yeah.
you know, remember too, like she will tell you things about every enemy. So when you encounter a new enemy, Z target, hit that top, she'll say little cool fun things.
No, she has a lot of cool stuff. But there's times when she annoys me.
Yeah, I get you. I definitely understand.
Hey, listen.
listen.
That is one thing I get where, like, there's not really any voice acting in Legend of Zelda,
No.
but she gets that, and it happens all the time. And it's like, oh,
Too
my God,
much.
yeah.
And Nintendo definitely listened to that criticism because in Majora's Mask you also have a fairy, but it just like rings, ding 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 ding, ding like that.
Just like a
That
little
was,
dinner bell.
Yeah. That was one thing. Someone was like, it'd be interesting to see, like, Majora's Mask in the future. And I was like, what if, like, Rick and I tried to, like, work together to beat Majora's Mask?
That could
With,
be
like,
fun.
no, like, we don't use internet, don't use anything. I attempted it once, and I gave up.
Yeah.
I only tried it. Actually, I think I tried to play it twice. There was
Yeah.
2 nights where, like, I attempted it.
Sure.
And the second night, I did better than I did the first night.
Yeah.
I think, because at least I played more, and I felt like I did more. But then I
Very
just gave
different
up.
type
I'm
of
like, it's
game.
too much. Can't do it. I give up.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I've played any Zeldas from this one until Breath of the Wild.
really.
I played Four Swords.
4 Swords. I've done a little bit of 4 Swords. Link Between Worlds, I beat. Ocarina of Time, I've played on the 64 and the DS, the 3DS. I know I never beat the first few. I started Wind Waker on stream, but my copy on the Wii U like just kept on glitching,
No.
and it would freeze up. And I even uninstalled it, reinstalled it, like formatted my hard drive, all kinds of stuff. I can never get it to work because it was a Wii U that was a Wind Waker Wii U.
Yeah.
So I played up until the point of like a bird drops something in the forest, and you get into there and you get a little bit further than that, and then all it would just freeze. So I didn't get very far in that.
That sucks.
But it seemed pretty cool.
Other than Star Wars, I think Zelda might have been like my first video, like just thing to get into, like to get way too into. I could talk about it forever, but I also frequent like a very weird part of YouTube where all they do is talk about like lore and why the dungeons are the way they are, and why this room is this way, and what the ancient Hylians used it for, like that type of stuff. So I'm a freak about it.
No shame. No shame needed.
Yep.
But yeah, if you liked Link to the Past, Rick, I liked Link Between Worlds. Like
Yeah.
I haven't played a whole lot of Zelda games, but that one I thought was a lot of fun.
No, I want to play Majora's Mask.
I
Wind
want-
Waker.
What's the one that came on the Switch, Awakening?
Link's
that it?
Awakening?
I want to play that one.
Yes.
The
I
remake.
bought it from GameStop.
Yeah.
I think they gave me a different Zelda game.
Really?
I think they gave me Skyward Sword on the Switch instead. Like I bought it from
Skyward Sword
GameStop
HD?
pre-owned, and when
Okay.
You should be able to tell. They're quite different.
they're different. Okay. I know this for a reason because I opened up the package and there was a different Zelda game in there,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I don't know if I ever opened it beforehand because I'd gotten it for the kids initially, and I don't know.
I understand.
And I'm like, when did we ever buy Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Gotcha.
So I found out much too late, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, was the real one ever in here,
Yeah.
or did we get another one?
Sure.
So I've never played Skyward Sword either, so I could play that instead. But I wanted
like
to play
Skyward
Link's
Sword.
Awakening though.
It would be. I'm gonna have to do. I know that I hate doing this, but I'm gonna have to do like a Zelda ranking one day, because that would just tear me apart. My whole soul would crack trying to do it. But
That'd be fun.
You
That would
can't
be
rank them
really
all
fun.
A and S because there has to be an F in there somewhere.
well, no, I know. I have to like.
CDI Zelda.
You
There
have to
go.
rank them among themselves, not
Among
amongst
themselves.
all games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Not about how much you love them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, what is the worst of the Zelda games? What is the best of the Zelda games? You know? Like, would you say Breath of the Wild is the best one?
No.
No?
I
Think Ocarina of Time?
don't know.
So, yeah.
For the
Well, all right. We'll have to talk about it another day, I guess.
I just had so many thoughts hit my head at the same time.
No.
Yeah, because then I think about the things that I love from each one, you know.
Sure.
And so much of it is Koji Kano's music.
What's the worst one?
Yeah.
I feel like you can get to that one much easier, right?
I mean, in my brain, I also kind of like separate the 2D versus the 3D games sometimes too.
Sure.
But if I'm going like for the 3D ones, I do not like Twilight Princess very much.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the worst of all of them, though? Or would you pick? Or would
I mean,
you
if
pick
we're
like
counting like some of the
what Oracles or Minish Cap, or I don't know how good those ones are or anything.
yeah, I mean, you know, like Link's Awakening. It's a fun game, but it's not gonna change anything much for you or anything. But you know, Majora's Mask, I finished that game. I feel like that was a significant thing for me. For the Wind Waker, I honestly feel the same way. Twilight Princess kind of had a strange development to it, and it was also a response to people not being happy with Wind Waker's art style. And it's kind of just, I don't know. It's a strange game. It has some story things that I always thought were weird, but it also has some of the best stuff. Like, its Hyrule Castle Town is like the best Hyrule Castle Town that's ever been there.
Sure.
Some of its music and design choices are fantastic, but there's also some stuff that feels a little like we got to do this just because, right? Like, you guys played Smash, you know that there's a Twilight Princess Ganondorf look, right?
Yeah.
That's what he used to look like in the Smash games, and I always felt like I don't think Ganon should have been in this game. He feels kind of tacked on.
In Smash?
In
or you mean in
Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I also agree.
Like, well, in the first one, it's like he's kind of tacked on. He's just kind of Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
But I see. Okay, so you feel like it was meant to be something else, and then they're like, yeah, put Ganon in there too. You gotta have, because you gotta have Ganon in a Zelda game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, do you have to? You can have him without it, right? I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the one, and I think it's a hot take. I don't think all Zelda fans would feel that way, but yeah, that's probably the one that it's certainly the one I've only played like maybe twice too.
Have you played every Zelda game?
Yes,
There's not-
except for some of the CDI games that I can't get my hands
which aren't officially
which
Zelda
I
games
should
anyway.
probably play anyway. I haven't been able to play Four Swords Adventures as it was intended.
Yeah.
With 4 people,
We should do that.
that would be fun.
That'd be fun to do. Calvin, you ever played Four Swords?
No.
But you can also
It's a fun
play it
co-op
in like
Zelda
a zone
game.
defense kind of way, where you just do like formations of the 4 links. You know.
There's also that. Did you play Trinity or what was it called? It was a 3-player 3DS Zelda game.
3-player 3DS Zelda
I
game?
imagine Triforce.
I was gonna say it
Triforce
should be
Heroes.
Triforce.
Triforce Heroes.
Yeah,
that's what
I
it is.
played that.
I'm like, there's a 3 in there somewhere. Yeah. Did you play that
That
one?
would be similar to Four Swords, where I probably didn't play as intended, but I at least have it.
It would be fun to play that one with 3 players.
Yeah.
I played it alone a little bit, and the other 2 people turned into like scarecrow links.
Scarecrow links, yeah.
And then you just you can grab and pick them up and use them for stuff. And I'm like, and you can switch between them.
Yeah.
So like you can grab and throw one and then turn into that one.
Yeah.
And then the old one of you is a straw man. But I would rather play it with other people.
Sure.
So that might be fun to do. I'd play either of those. Like for a group stream of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could be fun. I played Four Swords, but not Triforce.
I mean, it doesn't really count, but Hyrule Warriors is also some Zelda games. They're not directly made by Nintendo, but
Yeah.
I played the original Hyrule Warriors, and I'm actually currently just playing on my own Age of Calamity.
Cool.
So
That reminds me. Did you hear about the Did You Know Gaming Nintendo copyright stuff? It was back in December, I think. Let me see where it's at.
Nintendo copyright stuff? You mean like the leaks or whatever? What?
Well, so Did You Know Gaming did a video on an unreleased Zelda game called The Heroes of Hyrule.
Heroes of Hyrule. Yeah, this is a really interesting one.
They had done a video about that, which either never came out or they scrapped or whatever. So for whatever reason, there obviously is no Heroes of Hyrule game.
Yeah.
But they did a video about it, and then Nintendo struck it down, like copyright claimed it for it being about heroes. And then YouTube was like, kind of looking back at this, we think he has a right to be able to make a video about a game that never came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's
that
just
game
documentary.
was it was, what do you call them? Like, it's almost like a board game, and you send your heroes to different spots, right? What's that?
Like a worker placement.
Like, what's that one game that you played.
Dungeon crawler?
No.
No. Describe again. What do you do?
It's like Mario Party where you have like a board, you know, and you.
Oh, Fortune Street?
Maybe. Trying to think. What's that one game that you played where you create a bunch of Wave Riders?
Oh, XCOM.
Oh,
Yeah.
XCOM.
Oh, a tactical RPG.
It was meant to be like that, where Link in that game was going to be a very old man and can't do it anymore. So you would have 3 heroes, a Goron, a Zora, and I think a Deku Shrub. I'm not really sure exactly. No, it was a Rito. But yeah, it was a very interesting game, but did get scrapped. There was also another Zelda game that was scrapped. It was going to be a game starring, well, they marketed it like it was going to be starring Sheik, but it wasn't Sheik. It was a different Sheikah. And that only recently came out, like the details about that game. They had mentioned it a little bit. We're also thinking about making a game about Sheik, but it turned out the devs, no one would speak about it. This one Zelda YouTuber, like found one guy that would speak about it, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's been 15 years. I don't care about the NDA. And it ended up getting scrapped because they had all this design and amazing artwork and everything, but the actual gameplay, he said it was like whack-a-mole with not many options.
Really?
That was the gameplay.
So
It wasn't fun. It looked amazing, but it wasn't fun. And Nintendo's like, this is dumb. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But the people that were making that game, like, this is the future. People want simple games. And they're not wrong,
Sure.
you know, but at
then
that
on mobile.
time, no.
Yeah. A mobile Zelda game like that might be good.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
But that was Heroes of Hyrule?
Well, no, that was a secondary game. Heroes of Hyrule was the more like tactic game.
Gotcha,
And
okay.
this one, we don't really know what the gameplay was other than this one developer programmer saying it was similar to Whack-A-Mole, except at a Whack-A-Mole at a fair, you get 10 holes, and this one you had 3.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's the gameplay? He's like, exactly. But that only came out because a concept artist was publishing their work from years and years ago, and people found, like, there's so much Zelda imagery in it. What is this? And it turns
I don't
out he was
recognize that.
working on a secret project.
Gotcha.
Yep. Anyway, again, I could speak about this forever.
Yeah. Well, the Did You Know Gaming, like I saw, because they had a tweet about it.
Yeah.
Like they put out a post that said, like, Nintendo has removed our Heroes of Hyrule video from YouTube.
Wow,
This was
okay.
a journalistic video documenting a game that Retro Studios pitched to Nintendo nearly 20 years ago. This is an attempt by a large corporation to silence whatever journalism they don't like, and a slap in the face for video game history preservation.
I agree. I know I've watched that video, and that's currently down right now?
I think they got it back
They got
up
it back,
last week or this week.
Okay.
Oh, that's
like
good.
somewhat recently they got it back up. So you can go and watch it now, and apparently it spiked up a lot of views for, like, in the first 30 minutes of it being back or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, probably because of the controversy and everything as well.
Probably, yeah. Right.
Helped.
But no, I mean it's just, I feel like it's part of the thing too, not just for like journalism wise, but just YouTube's copyright methods.
Yeah.
Like people can just copyright things,
Anything you want.
and it doesn't really seem to have much effect for the people who are copywriting things.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just like, oh, oops, sorry, or well, that one
I
didn't
mean,
work.
YouTube has to protect itself. It can't, you know, as much as it says it wants to or it has an algorithm, it cannot moderate 10 years of footage going up every day. Yeah. You know? So it's a bad system, but it's hard. Like, whenever I've seen other people try to answer the question, all right, what's the alternative? There's not really any good answers. So it sucks. But, I mean, no person that makes their living on YouTube is immune from it. It happens to all of us.
Yep.
Yeah, and I saw some creators were having problems with, like, violent video games and their videos getting age gated,
Yeah.
Really.
which wasn't happening before.
Yeah,
Huh.
that happened with, I know Markiplier was involved with
RT
that.
Gaming,
Yeah.
I think it hit him as well.
Yeah.
So it's-
that brought up, like, accusations of racism. I know that, like, certain black creators felt like they were getting targeted more than their white counterparts. There was a lot of weird
But
stuff.
it was saying
with
like age stuff, right?
that. Well, yeah, they would
Okay.
age gate it, which pretty much
I re-
means you're not going to make any money.
I remember this because this was related to Corey Kenshin, is a YouTuber, and he does a lot of gameplay stuff, and he was getting that, and I think that is what motivated Markiplier, where he started like really pushing, trying to get his
Sure.
caught.
Yeah.
So that then he could fight against it.
Yeah, well, because Corey felt like he was smaller than a lot of other people,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just like picking him because of who he was,
Yeah.
not because of what the content was. Where these other people were doing this, and it's like, well, they're just picking me because I'm me.
Yep.
as opposed to like Markiplier was like, well, let me try this and let me go through.
Yeah, I remember
stuff,
that from Markiplier talking about it.
So, but yeah, I don't know if I don't think they've done anything about it or anything.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing any resolution anyway about that.
In other video gaming news, have you guys heard about PlayStation Operation Leonardo?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It is from what I understand, it's a modular controller that is designed for disabled gamers to be able to play games much more easily.
Yeah, it looks really cool. There have been those types of controllers from console makers before, where like you would basically have to contact them in order to get it from them, or they work with certain like organizations and stuff. You couldn't just go to Walmart and buy them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been around, but it's good to see that tradition continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is coming straight from Sony then? Which,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sony and Nintendo and such have done these style controllers before. It's just usually not something that's like well known.
It's so I'm trying to figure out how it operates exactly, because like this one looks like it has like a joystick and then like a bunch of buttons around in a circle, I guess.
Yeah.
So like you can move the joystick and then push these buttons around this way maybe, and they're bigger and more easily able to be pushed perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. So either I think you like use the joystick with your palm or your wrist, and then you can reach down and touch the buttons with your fingers.
It says it works collaboratively with other devices as well. So like you can work with it by itself or with two of these or with a controller as well. So I'm like, well, that's kind of cool then.
That's good.
Yeah.
So if,
So I mean, you could even use it with like your feet or something like that. You know,
sure, like if you don't have arms or something
you don't
like
have
that.
arms
Your
or
mouth, your
hands.
chin, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of different things.
I didn't hear about that. Did they just announce it recently?
I think it just was announced like either yesterday or late the night before.
Yeah. This is January 4th from PlayStation Blog, so.
Yeah.
no, that's awesome that they're trying to be more open for
Yeah.
people.
More inclusive.
I like seeing more stuff for accessibility.
That's
you
my
know?
favorite category at the Game Awards.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah.
Like stuff like that when it
Yeah.
I mean, just having when they did like colorblind people
Yeah.
can now see easier, you know? And now it's getting like, well, if you're hearing impaired, here's this. And if you was it Game of Thrones or not Game of Thrones, God of War or Last of Us that had something for like people that were like visually impaired? I don't remember what it was or how it worked, but I feel like
Last
there
of
was
Us and
something
God
for
of
that.
War went crazy, and I'm actually, like I just said it, but like I'm super happy that's a category because that just pushes more people to be like, well, let's try to get in the running for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let's push more
both of them.
accessibility.
And we had a discussion about stunt people in a video that we did, right?
Oh yeah.
And we were talking about like, man, it would be great if there was like an Oscar for stunts. Like, why wouldn't those people put so much work into it? They put their, but here's
their
the
lives
thing,
on the
like,
line.
if you say I'm going to get the Oscar for the biggest, most dangerous stunt, well, then you're putting competition people that are going to hurt themselves. You
But
know?
yeah, that's like, I think why professional wrestling gets more and more dangerous as time goes on, because everyone's trying to top.
You gotta
things
top
that
it, right?
Came before.
Yeah. I'd rather people try to top each other on accessibility than I would like trying to do the craziest stunt. So I get why there's no stunt Oscar, but you also want to be able to be like,
Have one
yeah,
for the
but
safest stunt.
yeah, I suppose so. Maybe like stunt design or
Maybe.
something would be cool. Like, not only is it impressive, it's super safe. It's the safest we've ever been. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be a way of setting up some kind of award system where it's not just like what's the biggest, craziest stunt. That way, it's not like a escalation each year. I don't know what it would be though, because like I like also having like I don't know. I think there's something to do where the stunt person's there. I compared it when Eric and I were talking about it with like visual effects.
Yeah.
Like having a stunt person who does an amazing job, but you also can't even tell, so there's nothing to take you out of it.
Yeah.
Like if there's like that was definitely a stunt person, but I don't know how they got in, how they got out,
Like the
how they
Texas
swapped
switch
it.
and
yeah, like
stuff
stuff
like that.
Like
Like
sometimes in
in-camera
Daredevil,
tricks.
Sometimes Daredevil does really cool stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, look at that. But you can't always do that for everything. But sometimes there's like creative ways to make that work, to where it's like I don't not believe that this was the character doing it, or the actor doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that could be a way of doing it versus like, well, here was the biggest explosion, here was a crazy boat jump over a shark. I don't know.
Yeah. Corridor Crew, they're one of my favorite YouTube channels. They actually they were hired to produce a show for Netflix's YouTube channel. It was called Punch for Punch. And they've done a couple videos now where they kind of like give themselves a challenge, and then you actually see them film something, and then you get to see their little short film that they've done. But they have really great stuff talking about like Cobra Kai and stuff like that. But I really enjoy that show. They have a guy on there named Guy, and he's been on their regular channel for their Stuntmen React stuff. But he actually, Aaron, he doubled Black Panther in Civil War and some other of the movies. So the guy knows what he's doing. But he actually was in the American fan film My Hero Academia fight. Have you ever seen that video?
Yeah.
He's one of the guys in that too.
Oh, cool.
They do a fantastic job of really showing like the time and effort and capabilities you have to be on set doing that stunt work, and just how much you have to think about something like a Texas switch and how you can even, do new things. Like at one point, it was really cool. The stunt guy falls into the pool table, and as he falls, the real guy puts his arm up, like as if it's the stunt guy's, So the stunt guy is still in shot as the arm also hits. And you think it looks like the stunt guy just hits it and has his arm there, but when he gets up, he's there. It's this perfect little like meld, this magic trick of like that has to be him. His hand and him were in the same shot, but it's not. It's just a hand coming up out of frame.
Yeah,
really, really cool stuff.
I think he was Guy, right, or
Guy,
something like that.
Didn't I say that?
I don't remember what name you said.
I think I either said Guy or Guy. Yeah,
but I was trying to look, and I'm like, oh yeah, what was his name? But yeah,
Guy.
I just was looking. I'm like, that looks right.
Something like that.
I've seen some of his stuff for some of the Stuntman Reacts and stuff. It's pretty cool to watch.
But yeah, Punch for Punch on their Netflix YouTube channel is a very, very fun show to check out.
On the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think it's awesome too. Like Netflix just paid Corridor Crew to make a show for them.
That is cool.
So they got some really cool opportunities. They made like a Stranger Things short film with this really cool like wire stunt. They did a Cobra Kai like thing, and they actually had some of the actors from Cobra Kai react to it. So that was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I can get ass Netflix. We'll do something.
Do some kind of video.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Which Star Wars would pay us to do that?
We'll make a
Right.
Star Wars fight.
Yeah.
I film.
I have to turn it off every once in a while, but I always have it set to like whenever we get like a comment on our old lightsaber fights. It's like, you guys should do this for. I gotta know. I want to do it.
Calvin, you also we're still kind of talking about people's things and stuff like that too.
Sure.
Calvin started a new game.
Yeah.
I know that.
High on Life. Squanch Gaming production.
Squanch Gaming is what they call
Yeah.
it. Really?
Yeah,
Squanch.
that's their dev
Squanch in
team.
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
by Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty, and a few other shows like I can't remember the shows. I haven't watched them, but I
Sure.
just know the titles if I hear them. It's a lot of fun. It's very Rick and Morty humor. It's very self-aware and unafraid to do weird and disgusting and stupid shit just
That's
to
good.
try to make you laugh.
I like
And it makes
stupid
me
shit.
laugh.
Good stuff.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm glad I'm playing it.
Sweet.
So you're playing that twice a week too, right?
Yeah, I played Monday and Wednesday,
Monday and
and unfortunately, I know, Tori, the gallon,
Monday and
the gallon.
Thursday. Oh, okay, Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday. Today's
Yeah.
Thursday, Eric.
Gotcha.
Um,
Rick's doing Tuesday and
Tuesday and Friday.
yeah, it is a very short game though, so unfortunately, I'll be done soon. So make sure you join me Monday. I might finish it then. I don't know.
Also on Saturday, we already talked about Friday going to be group stream. Saturday, Rick has a stream, but you
Yeah.
had a stream last Saturday.
So I've been busy since our last podcast.
Yep.
I was going to go in chronological order and talk about the last hint hunt, which we never got a chance to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
we never did. Talk
Yeah.
about that last hunt, did we?
Did we ever reveal the winner?
Yes.
I'm joking.
Well, one.
Yeah, the winner is already out, but I like to talk about the madness.
Let's talk about that, and then we'll go into roll with the punches.
Do it.
Yeah, so this was a backup hint hunt because the real hint hunt could not be done in time. and it will be a scramble to get it done.
The
in the
team
next 3 months.
needed more time.
Rick, exactly what you're talking about reminds me of every time we ever did like a movie or anything where we dreamed this big and went for that, and then by the end of it, we just kind of had like, we don't have enough time. We can't finish this. It's done.
Yeah, but I was pretty happy with this one, except for one thing, which we'll get to. But it started out with a dual drop on our Discord and Twitter. The left thing that you might be able to see on the screen now is the riddle that was on Discord. Deep beneath lies a labyrinth, underneath the hyacinth. Navigate to its front, gate to start the hunt. Eye the right room, one is what you seek. Now type it after the oblique.
It says dungeon.
Dungeon, I got it.
Yep. Yeah, so each first letter is dungeon, and if you type that after oblique, which is what British people call stroke or slash in a URL. So if you do blindwavellc.com oblique dungeon,
Blindwave.
it will take you to a dungeon.
Dungeon oblique.
No, a slash is called oblique.
Oh.
Just slash dungeon.
Just type in dungeon.
blindwavellc.com /
I'm in a dungeon.
Get good, Aaron.
and then at
Call
the
yourself
same
a
time,
gamer.
there was a crossword puzzle over on Twitter, which had a bunch of clues. Now there was a problem with the crossword. I misspelled one of the answers.
Oh no!
What?
That caused a bit of a problem.
Damn you, back up.
For number, let's see, it would be number 4 down, which is best anime opening, the number 1 answer.
Are you going with? Well, let's see. Well, you said you misspelled it. Does it have the right number of letters at all?
Yeah, it does.
6. Oh man, the best anime opening though.
Yeah.
So I know how to find this. I gotta go to the Blind Wave Normies Family Feud
Yep.
and find what the number 1 answer was. And I can't remember what it was.
Attack on Titan, maybe, or
Reactors.
I'll wait for Eric to find it. It's gonna take him a bit though. You got to find the spot in the video, right?
Yeah, I can read other ones.
Go ahead.
So, 1 down, what most people are according to the father of Mr. Gray.
Father of Mr. Gray.
Yeah. So that one, Mr. Gray is Dorian Gray. In this
Okay.
case. His author was Oscar Wilde, and one of his famous quotes is he says that most people are other people.
Other people.
Yeah, so they're other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, like not their own is
Gotcha.
the idea.
Okay.
So other people is the answer.
Okay.
2 across Final Fantasy Feathers, which I quite liked.
Where are we? 2?
Yeah.
Phoenix Down.
Yep, Phoenix Down. 3 across the top of Crown Cleaning. This one gave them a lot of trouble.
Crest.
Yep. Crest. The toothpaste.
Crown cleaning.
And Crest is the top of a hill or something. The general idea behind that one. Eric, do you have the answer?
Not yet. I got distracted with.
What did you start? You
that
start
part
watching
when
the
Pat
video?
is like to fuck.
To fuck.
If you haven't watched Reactor Feud, it's a fun video.
It is a lot of fun.
Do you remember where in the feud that was? At the beginning? Middle?
I want to say it is the first of the bonus questions.
Bonus.
So it's the last round, right?
No, there's 2 bonus. There's like 3 bonus rounds, so it should be just after the commercial.
Oh, okay.
I think. 5 across, opening to an opera.
Skinny lady.
What?
Well, it's over when the fat lady sings, so it must start when the skinny lady sings.
That one's YouTube Reactor.
Opening to an opera. I don't know. STAG. Stage.
This one's tough.
Wait, other people. OTHERPE.
This one's tough unless you know me.
It starts with an.
Likes.
It starts with an E.
It does start with an E.
Naruto is the number 1 with 90.
Naruto is the correct answer. However, I spelled it Naturo.
Damn it, Rick.
You
What?
can't get that name right. It's been 4 years.
What?
How did you mess it up?
No, 3 years?
Yeah, so like, here's my answer sheet.
Yeah, I see it.
And I just passed right over it. I
Not
never
through.
noticed it.
Oh, Rick.
All right. I don't know what 5 would be. It starts with an E.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the opening to an opera would be.
So it is not the kind of opera you're thinking. It is the opera game, which
Enter.
is a famous chess game. Probably the most famous chess game that there's ever been.
Oh.
By Paul Morphy. As what was one of the
The dead guy.
Yes.
Yes.
He
That
is
we were
dead.
in his
The graveyard.
graveyard.
And the opening move to that game is E4. So EFOUR.
All right, I got the first part. The E. That was from the other people.
Yeah, that would be-
that he told me earlier too.
That would be tough.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. These guys, you guys solved this.
They did.
Well, yeah, the hive mind.
Plumber's final boss. Ooh, wait, 8 across.
yeah.
Bowser.
I was trying to see if it fit, Eric.
Oh. I'm not looking.
Well, that's only 6 letters, right?
BOWSER. That's how you spell Bowser, right? That's not it. Eric, you fool. KING. No. KO. It must be Mario, right?
It's not.
Dang it.
They came up with Piranha.
Piranha. Why would that be the plumber's final boss?
So there is a Piranha King secret boss in like one of the games, but that's not what I was thinking of. I'm thinking of Tatonga from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy.
Tatonga.
Yeah, he's got like
Remember
a spaceship.
Tatonga, everybody?
Like an alien.
Why are you thinking of him?
Calvin?
Tatonga.
Is that because of Natruro?
Yes.
Wait, that's from Boy Meets World, right? Tatonga!
No.
I was thinking of Tatanka from Dances with Wolves. Tatanka.
Ooh, Calvin, 6. Middle name of a man associated with the letter C. Down. That's nope.
6 down?
That's way too long. Never mind. You start with a C. Who's associated with the letter C?
So this one took them a good long time as well. This was one of the harder ones for them.
Associated with the letter C.
Yep. Again, if you know me, this one gets a lot easier.
Castlevania.
You? Good thinking, though.
Contra.
It's not a video game, but
Damn.
it's used to make video games sometimes.
Video game maker. Coding C+.
Ah, yeah.
The man-
so
the man
the programming
named-
language C was invented by Dennis McAllister Ritchie.
McAllister.
Yeah.
Ah,
So McAllister.
he was a Richie.
Huh.
Yep.
Roll 1 to see if you hit. That must be a die or a dice. Where is it? 7 down. Wow, that's not die. Or dice. What else do you roll?
So it's a D20.
Oh. I might have gotten that eventually. I just started very simplistic.
Yeah.
I need to not be so simplistic with it. Though Crest worked really well.
Crest did.
Yes, it did.
That's like the most simplistic one, I feel like.
Yeah.
Of the answers. Infamous aquatic dwarf eater. What? Infamous aquatic dwarf eater.
You skipped one.
Oh,
Number 9.
How to close a window. What?
Open a door.
Alt F4. No.
Alt F4.
Is
All
it?
that for?
F4.
Nice.
Infamous aquatic dwarf eater. Is Nidhogg dwarf eater? Is he aquatic?
No, so this is a Dwarf Fortress reference.
Man.
Days of yore.
Back in the day, a carp was around the size of a dwarf and carnivorous. So any dwarf that got near the water got eaten
A carp?
by carps. They were one of the most deadly things in Dwarf Fortress.
Like, are these just normal carp?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
amazing. I love it.
Wow.
I really love it.
Odo ordered this French sounding? Odo.
Yeah.
Nope.
In the actual one, I put something after sounding. I photoshopped it in after the fact, so it was like item or something like that.
French sounding item.
Yeah, you'll probably never get this one. But
It's long, too.
Odo.
yeah, so Odo was a priest who ordered the creation of the Bayeux Tapestry.
Well, I would not have gotten that.
Yeah.
A Taekwondo band?
Oh, I wear this shirt all the time. It's pretty faded now, unfortunately.
Well, then how could we know?
I mean, I wore it when it was not faded.
How long ago?
Taekwondo banned?
Yep.
I don't know, Rick.
So there's a bad movie that I love called Miami Connection.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a fictional band called Dragon Sound.
That's the name of the band?
Yep. So
As soon as you said there's a bad movie, I'm like, oh, the one with quote-unquote you in it.
yeah, so they're a band,
I couldn't think of what
but
it was
they're
called.
all also Taekwondo practitioners, and they sing about Taekwondo as well. Dragon Sound. Great stuff.
Where can 12 plus 12 equal 12? A clock.
On a clock. Yep.
A clock.
And then Captain America actor, 14 across,
This one's easy.
is not Chris Evans. So it's Reb Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
and only. They should have stopped.
All right. Well, there's all the answers. Those all
Yes.
make sense.
So you'll notice that there's colored circles on the puzzle.
Yeah.
Those are E, W, S, N, W, N, S, N, N, E, which you can notice are cardinal directions, which is what you need to use in order to navigate the maze.
Ah.
Because if you just wander around aimlessly, you'll find a bunch of different rooms, which I think we can demonstrate here.
I see the misspelling.
Yeah, so every show that was on the poll is represented in the room somewhere.
I see.
But if you refresh and then follow those directions, you will end up in a room that I think makes pretty clear the winner. And actually, this part of the puzzle was inspired from Aaron's idea.
Ah.
I forget exactly what your idea was.
Well, like you were talking about what you were doing before. Like, oh, Rick, what if you had them like they had a journey through this like place and they just get into a room and it's just dark? Like, what are we doing here now? Like, I don't know. It's like, but what if that's the end of the puzzle? It's just
dark.
a dark room. It's like, what is this?
You're in a
What
dark
do we
room.
do? It's like, it's dark.
And you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So you get to here and then you're like, well, what now?
Yeah.
And
It's
start
dark and I have many questions.
randomly clicking on every single pixel, hoping that it's not a dartboard.
Yeah.
That's
How long
cool.
did it take people to crack?
They did it in a day.
A day.
I don't know. I forget how many hours it was. but-
Gotcha.
Well, that's good. Good job,
Yeah.
Wave Riders.
Yep. Did awesome. It was fun to make and fun to watch. People,
And this was the backup one.
yes.
Yeah. I was trying to like. I know the other one. You were like, you guys don't get to know. You guys have to solve it. I'm like,
gotta
what?
solve
What
it.
do you mean? So that's like while you're going through this one, I'm kind of like, all right. So with this, what's the answer here? How do we figure this out? Because I need to be prepared for next time. 4.5 hours for the crossword itself.
Yeah, that probably tracks.
Yeah.
But once they got that, they figured it out pretty quick, though.
Now, are we going to need to put like in our schedule, like hint hunt time?
Yes,
For like-
Nancy and I have already.
For like an entire day or what?
Weeks.
All right.
Weeks? If we don't solve it, we don't get to start the reaction.
Have you looked at the channel, or have you looked at the schedule?
Yeah, right.
Mandalorian. No.
Yeah, it was fun doing that. And then I did have a relaxing break, but break was cut a little short because we launched a new channel.
Aw.
Yes.
Ba-bum-bum, ba-bum-bum.
You don't get that.
What?
You don't get that reference.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you don't get it.
What?
We sang together.
So roll with the punches. ROLE has finally launched on YouTube. There's a website, rollpunches.com.
Yep.
Yep.
No, it's been good. Last stream went really well. Over 2,000 subscribers already.
Thank you, guys.
So thank you so much for that. I think it launched well. I think it's going pretty well, and going to continue to make content for it. There's going to be a stream every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time if you want to follow along. Basic boxing stuff.
Basic boxing.
Yep. Get fit as part of a New Year resolution. We cover mindfulness stuff, mental health. There's a campaign guide where you can make your own real-life character sheet, level up.
Level yourself up.
That's a cool thing too. Is like you have an XP like earning system to where it's like you're being rewarded as you do stuff, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, if you want to bring up the campaign journal here, scroll through. Yeah, there's sections for a character sheet. There's sections for making a dungeon map, which is like your goals.
Dungeon map.
Yeah. Yeah, you can scroll down. There's a lot of explanation at the beginning of how everything works. Yeah, it's about learning how to manage stress, just coping mechanisms for different things.
You had one like a video that went out like this week, right?
I had a video on the fear of failure and how to deal with that. I'm going to make videos about the different parts of this journal and different topics, autism, anxiety, stuff like that. So yeah, there's like my example character sheet there of like skills that I want to focus on and improve, like the things that are important to me that I want to get better at. Like these are the ranks I think I'm at now, but maybe I could be better at them.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that. And then there's, if you keep going, there's keeping track of things that you are doing in order to improve yourself, giving yourself an XP every minute, and then at like every 1,000 of those you level up and reward yourself, whether that's just a simple celebration that you've done it or some reward that you've set beforehand.
Like a pizza?
Yeah, pizza.
Yes.
New running shoes, something like that.
Cosmic brownie ice cream.
What? Cosmic brownie ice cream.
Yeah, sorry, this is. I'm
Wait,
sorry
is
for all the
that
people that
Cosmic
are like,
brownies
yes, roll
with a
with
side of ice cream?
No,
or is that...
no. There's cosmic brownie ice cream that was at Kroger. I saw it's in like a little container.
Little tub.
We're talking about roll with the punches.
Yeah,
Don't
we're talking about
distract
fitness,
I'm
Aaron.
talking about rewards for the fitnessing. I got away from my surgery, so I've been looking at the ice cream.
me. Yeah. How much experience do you get for doing your surgery?
I don't think I get any.
You don't get any.
The doctors do, though.
Facing your fear.
I guess.
Needles.
So
Yeah,
there's some...
the fear of failure for that was high.
Yeah. It still is.
I'm still afraid of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I didn't go through that for
You
nothing.
don't let that stop you.
If it failed, I'm like, I don't know, Melanie. I don't know what to do now.
Just give up.
Go down to the next section. There's like the goal map where this is an example one, but you can like put out the dungeon of your life and like what different steps you need to do in order to accomplish your goals. It's kind of the idea behind that one. So you can keep going. The last thing is a daily journal.
Daily journal.
Which has, there's also, this idea of conversation, like things that you're concerned about or difficult conversations that you're worried about, like just writing those thoughts out. And if you have like negative thoughts that's swirling in your mind, you write them down and then you write what you would reply if a friend came to you with that problem. It's just an idea of getting thoughts externalized, and also if you're imagining you're doing it from someone else's voice, we tend to be harder on ourselves than we are with other people. Mm-hmm. So it can just help put those negative thoughts into perspective. And then finally, there's the daily journal. This is still an alpha. It's still being worked on. So if you have suggestions, let me know what those are. But it works as it is. There's a fillable PDF right now and a PDF you can print. So.
Very good. Yeah, I know you've been working on this for a good bit, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad. If you haven't checked it out, I know there's a link in chat right now. You can probably find it maybe in the description if it's on YouTube. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the channel. Subscribe there, and there's streams every Saturday, Rick?
Yep, every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And the streams stick around if you can't catch them live. You can go through an entire boxing workout from warm-up to cool-down.
And for clarification, the streams are happening on the YouTube channel, Roll With The Punches. They won't be here on Twitch.
That is correct.
So
Yeah.
But cool. No, I know you've been working on that, so I'm glad you're able to get that kicked off and everything for the new year and start rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
I like your instructor picture. It's good.
Yeah. I love in that first video. I just love all those shots you got on the roof. It just looks so cool.
No, when the weather's decent, I shadow box up there.
Is that the video that we shot like months and months ago?
Yeah, I mean, this has been in the work for a long time, but I blew out my knee.
Yeah.
So
that didn't help.
That did not help. No, I was going to start streaming 2 Saturdays after I blew out my knee.
Yep.
Then yeah, I had to wait until I was recovered. Here we are.
Yep.
I was so afraid. I almost didn't work out the few days prior.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you don't want to tempt
man.
fate.
Make sure I rest and I'm as rested as I can be for it.
Well,
And
yeah,
no
just, like,
injuries.
No previous injuries.
no, I wore both knee braces on both knees. During those workouts. I was like, nope, not taking any chances.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
good.
me after Calvin hurt himself, and I was just walking around like,
Super slowly, like handrails everywhere.
All right. Well, is there anything else from anybody of things that we haven't caught up on or discussed? Or
I got a new roof.
Yes.
oh, did you finally get that?
Yeah, I got it.
That has been.
I actually got it early. It was supposed to be in March.
That's been a thing in the making for a while too.
Yeah, it has been. I'm still gutters, but the gutters that are up there for now will do. They will suffice, but they're rattly in areas. So
Really?
high winds, they tend to like flap a little bit.
I was worried about you because we had some really high winds.
We did.
Like it destroyed the windy sign. I don't know if you guys saw that.
It did. I'm surprised you saw that.
It destroyed
Because
the
it's towards my way.
it destroyed
Maggie's
the
parents are out that way.
it destroyed the Dollar Tree as well.
The whole Dollar Tree?
that was
Like the whole tree?
No, somebody
was a car.
somebody drove through it.
Yeah.
I was just joking.
James and I drove by that the other day. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I
Yeah.
wanted to get a Dollar Tree.
Yeah. I did so that same Wendy's that had the sign I feel bad for that Wendy's because their sign has broken from the wind, right?
Yeah.
Before that, and it's better now, I think they fixed it. The drive-through, the first drive-through window had like boards and like cable wrapped around them, like holding it together. Because
Yeah?
I'm quite certain someone caught it pulling around, either hit it with a car or a
my
trailer or
gosh.
whatever. And like there was glass that was cracked. They had it like all kind of patched up. It looked like just like, all right, put this wood up there. Put this metal cable around there, tighten it up
Clamp
as
it
much
up.
as you can, and keep it standing until we can actually get it fixed.
Oh my gosh.
And like I was like, man, they had that. Their signs broken. This poor store is terrible.
Huh.
I was like, I've never hit a drive-through. You know, and like
Yeah.
I'm never going fast enough. You know, like I'm the one time I almost got an accident in the drive-through is when my brakes just stopped working.
Yeah.
There's the
That's terrible.
It was.
That sucks.
Put in park. That's what I
yeah,
did.
you got
the super short turn at our subway, and I've like gone up on that curb a couple times, but I've never crashed into anything. Although, man, I think was it a field trip? Was it my grandma? Aaron, do you remember when
Field trip with my grandma.
the big boy was hit?
Someone hit Big Boy?
Was that our bus on a field trip?
I don't remember that ever happening.
You hit Big Boy?
I don't ever remember being in a bus.
I
hitting Big
remember
Boy.
I remember you telling me a story like 10 years ago or something about your grandma driving into the big boy
It
boy.
might have been my grandma,
That sounds more. I don't remember ever being in a school where a big boy got hit.
but she worked at the school, so that would explain my confusion.
Yeah.
That happened around here.
Yeah, wherever our big boy was. And there was one time,
Didn't it used to be where Ryan's used to be? Is that where Big Boy used to be?
man, I don't
No,
remember.
Big Boy used to be where Empire Buffet is.
Yeah.
That building was a Big Boy. And it had a Big Boy.
It did. My other grandmother, Applebee's, they did not have their curbs painted, and she accidentally went over that and like went down the hill there and like broke her
Oh, no.
her neck, I think.
Her neck.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She was in a car or she wasn't in a car?
She was in a car.
Oh, my God.
In like our Applebee's?
Yeah. It was years and years ago.
Dang.
Did they die?
And man, there's a lot
Like
of
I can't
fast
imagine
food.
breaking my neck.
I mean, you can
Chipping-
fracture your neck as long as it's like stabilized and you don't injure your spinal column, right?
Yeah, I guess.
There's a lot of fast food related accidents now that I think about it. And this is yet another grandma that's different than all the other
Your
grandmas.
grandma's need to stop getting food, Rick. Tell them to cook at home.
My mom was in labor for me, and she was not having a good time, obviously.
Yeah.
And while she was pregnant with me, the thing she craved the most was Big Macs.
I understand.
So she sent my great grandma out to go get her a Big Mac, and she ran into a pole
What?
hurrying back.
Hurrying. No.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Hey, your family needs to stop getting fast food, Rick.
I guess so.
Dangerous.
The only danger I have of fast food is when I go to that McDonald's by my house and it has the 2 lanes, and for some reason, in certain mornings, there's like 10 cars in the one lane and no cars in the other lane. And I look like, is there something up? Are there cones out? No. I don't give a shit. I'll just drive up there.
They're doing zipper formation, Eric.
No, but no one's zipping. They're all just staying in here.
Yeah.
It's like
It's an unzipped jacket.
yeah. So I'm just like,
There's no
you know
zipper
what?
engagement.
I will be the leader. I go there, but I feel the hate coming from everybody staring in the back of my head. But guess what? They all start coming over too.
Yeah. Like half the
Well,
cars
see-
pull over into that lane.
The thing there is that everyone lined up for the zipper formation, but someone in the up ahead didn't get the memo, and they're just waiting in the other one, and like no one's chosen the right side.
Well, there's that, or people are assuming, well, that one's closed.
Yeah.
No one's in it.
Unless there's a cone in it.
Yeah, if there's a cone. I respect a cone. Who moves a cone?
Either that or Eric is colorblind and he drove over the cone.
No, I wouldn't have heard it.
It's like, man, that guy's so brave. He must be hungry.
And they just
tell 'em to
accepted like, hello, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Welcome to McDonald's. The kids have been wanting to open Pokemon cards. So the other day, I had gotten Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer box that I was like, well, we'll just open this. I need some Darkness Ablaze cards. We'll open this, do all this. While we were opening all our cards, Kanan opened up and got a Charizard VMAX.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, dude. And I looked and I was like, it's the most expensive card of that set, which was really cool. It's not that expensive compared to other cards, but I was like, man, this is like the one card you want out of this set, which I thought was really cool.
That's really cool.
So
Sweet.
Kanan was really excited for it. He's like, take a picture. So
Hey, yeah, there's a few things more exciting than being a kid and like getting a gift of a pack of Pokemon cards and opening that pack.
I don't know how long it'll last, but that's all I had to do for my nephews for Christmas. I did it again this year. It was great.
that's what Calvin did for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvin's like, Aaron, Merry Christmas. Here's some Pokemon cards. Like,
Yeah. I even for this year, because Jancy, she loves giving gifts. She always gives gifts. She gives gifts all the time.
All
She
the
gives
time
them
and early.
But she loved getting those Pokemon cards for my nephew last year and then again this year. And she also got something. It's like, I want to open something just for me. So she opened it. She enjoyed it. So I got her a big box for Christmas, like Christmas morning. I'm like, we're not doing it early. I put it under the little tree Aaron gave me.
you guys use that?
Yeah, it was the big white box that I got. It was funny. I went over to your card shop, and Cody looked at me like I was a ghost.
He told me about it.
He looked at me like, Eric, you're here. And I'm like, hello.
Huh.
So
It's funny,
I bought
no.
a big box, and
Would he
Jason
recognize
and I
me?
spent Christmas morning.
I don't know if he would recognize you, maybe.
cards.
Yeah.
And it was fun because I got to live vicariously, but I felt like the evil in me.
Yeah.
Like the collector in me being like, you could do this too. No.
Yeah.
I already have
The
another.
voice from the other shoulder.
Yeah.
I have
You
Star
didn't collect them
Wars.
as a kid, right?
No.
Is there anything that like you got into much later than most people do? Because like you have always collected Star Wars.
I've always collected Star Wars. Not that I can think of. Not in terms of collecting, really. TV shows and movies, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I always knew I was going to love Avatar: The Last Airbender. And because of that reason, I always put it off until we ended up doing the channel. Because I was like,
Yeah.
no, it'll be yet another thing I love and yet another thing I got to fucking pay attention to, you know? I'm paying attention to too much. I got to work. But then I was able to quit my job and come here and pay attention to everything.
I just imagine like I don't know how you do it. Like you start collecting Pokemon cards. Maybe there's like a way of us, like Calvin and I, take all your black figures and like while you're sleeping, we put them all around you, but up high, like they're all looking down on you, like we know what you're doing.
Ghost of Christmas Past.
You've started collecting other things, huh?
Jealous
Fucking
collections.
Hasbro is fucking up all the time, so it doesn't.
I'm sorry, Black Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, sure, no, I get you.
The thing
Yeah, I
is
know.
that what I truly love to collect is stuff from like 8-10 years ago when it was all great, you know?
Great.
Yeah.
Now it feels like a lot of the stuff, and I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but a lot of it's kit bash. A lot of like they have to have, you know, it's like you've given a Jawa like 8 times in the last 3 years. I'm done. I got all the Jawas. They haven't updated the look other than the eye color, you know? Quit doing Jawas.
Do something
That
else.
type of thing.
They
Give me more
It's
than
like you haven't run out. You haven't done it all. There's so much.
But they use less plastic.
Less
to
plastic.
cast the Jawas
the
than
most
a
important
Chewy.
thing is they don't have to do a new mold. That's the most expensive thing.
Sure, but then it's just bottom line savings.
Yeah.
Well, and what's inside the robe? Like, what's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
It's empty?
It's a black void with eyes.
Well,
And in fact, the old Jawas used to have this little like sun beam spot on the back of their head,
that.
so that if you held it to the light, their eyes would glow.
But because
yeah.
that meant they're hollow.
That's neat. I just wonder, like, if they use
Do it with a
anything
laser.
inside as like a figure. Like, you just take like a pit droid, you put it inside, you wrap it with a robe, and you're done.
No, if you shine like a light in there, it's just a black plastic.
So the whole thing's just like empty inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's like
the
a bubble.
figure is a robe with the black face and yellow or red eyes.
It's like I just want like so you can't if you take it apart, there's nothing in there.
No.
I just want to find like
What, you think they like secretly molded like this is the act? No one would think of this.
This is a Jawa dick.
I don't know, just putting something in there, and it's like
We talked about it on a podcast before, but I feel like there was a figure of like some mask character, and like you could take the mask off, and like that was the first time you would ever see the face. We talked about that before.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Well, I have no further details, so
I have no further details.
can't remember what it was, but I thought there was something like that. I don't know if it was like Michael Myers or one of those. I'm trying to think of like masked characters that it might have been, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Had to have been a wrestler, right?
maybe
Kane or
that's
something.
possible.
Yeah, I don't
There
know.
are a few of those.
I'm always jealous of wrestling figure collectors. There's just so many options, and all the sculpts are amazing, and they sell great. And
Yeah. Now,
Remember those-
especially, Yeah, like they have not always been great, but recently there's been some really good ones.
The one action figure, well, I don't even know if it's an action figure. The one wrestling toy that I remember as a kid was like, it was like really, it was kind of a big, like wrestler dude, but it was like soft. You guys remember those? Like, I think they were all kind of like this, standing.
yeah, they were like the little guys like this.
But
I
they
had
were
a
also
Macho
kind of
Man,
soft.
Randy
You could kind of
Savage.
wrestle with them and stuff. And
Yeah, you could like put them in, put moves on them.
yeah.
Yep.
I remember those. They weren't like action figures. They weren't like hard plastic.
No, they were like plushy, big plushy dolls.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had Diamond Dallas Page.
They were at least as big as a Barbie.
I had
you know?
Hollywood Hulk Hogan
Okay.
and NWO Randy Savage. Yeah,
I didn't have any of them. I remember them.
I remember those. Those were great.
It's a one toy I remember. I kind of. It's like the commercial thing that we talked about,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like, what was the commercial that you had us watch?
A sumo super soaker.
No, not that one. It was like the.
It was the
Do please. What was it? The subscription?
Oh, Ninja
yeah,
Magazine.
the magazine
Yeah.
thing.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon magazine, please. Right? Like it was that one. Like I kind of vaguely remember like a commercial for these like wrestling figure
Yeah.
like
They were
stuffed
like
animal
the
things.
size
but-
of a toddler.
yeah,
right?
I feel like they were fairly
You would
big.
Wrestle them and
Yeah.
put them up there.
Like,
and
get
get them in the walls of
down,
Jericho.
Were they called Wrestle Buddies? Is that what they were called?
Maybe.
Sounds right. I never had one.
Wrestling Buddies. That
Yeah,
kind of looks
they were-
like them
they were
right
Wrestle
there.
Buddies.
Yeah.
That's what they were.
Yeah, I remember seeing those at yard sales.
Yeah, it was just a fun idea, and I liked it because like you could kind of wrestle around with them, and they were like softer, and you could I don't know, like it was like a boy plushie, I guess. I don't know, like as opposed to like
Yeah, instead
like
of setting it down to have a tea party with.
yeah, or having like or it wasn't like a
You're yeah,
it
you're
was like a teddy bear that you could like wrestle with.
you're
or
doing a
anything.
flying elbow through a table with them.
It was fun. Oh my gosh, look at the Rock.
I absolutely had that Diamond Dallas Page one. That one. I mean, not specifically that one, but that model.
Sure.
Oh, so cool.
But yeah, they were neat. I never had them though. I didn't really do wrestling too much. My mom didn't let me watch it,
She made the right choice.
but instead we had a lot of Thai Beanie Babies.
Yeah, my sister had a lot of those too.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah. My mom was like, collect these, they'll be worth money. And then some of them probably are.
They were like the proto NFT.
I guess.
kinda-
It's like, oh, this is gonna be worth so much money.
Yeah, I watched Red Letter Media video recently, and they were talking about like speculation markets and things. And
Yeah.
they said like the one Beanie Baby that's worth money is they made Princess Diana ones before she passed away,
Really?
but they changed what they filled them with. So at first they filled them with like some sort of solid pellets or something, and they were heavier.
Yeah.
So to save on shipping, they changed the filling. So if you can find one of those Princess Diana ones before they changed it, that's apparently worth money.
Oh,
So heavy Dianas.
with the original filling.
But otherwise, not so much.
Huh.
I think my mom might have gotten some Beanie Babies, but I don't remember getting any.
At least Beanie Babies don't destroy the environment. Is this an NFT comparison? Is that what it is?
Well, sure, because of the computing and everything.
Beanie Babies are super biodegradable.
Yeah.
Everything destroys the environment.
Sure.
I feel like they're more organic, though.
Don't look into anything you like.
And you've got to you got to use electricity to manufacture them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At least, and,
They're probably made in, like, sweatshops and shit.
I mean, like, an individual Pokemon card, I'm sure, for the most part, is biodegradable. But the whole process of everything leading up to that is not.
well, yeah, all
you
the
know?
films and the
Aluminum plastic, like, wrappers of the booster
Yeah.
packs. And
I can remember being in 8th grade watching the Jay Leno Tonight Show, and he was talking about a story where a kid was hit by a car and was left in the middle of the road, and other kids came up and stole his Pokemon cards and left him. That's how crazy it got back then.
yeah.
got hit by a car?
Yep.
Jeez.
And he had the best collection. They came over and they swiped it all.
They hit him with the car.
They probably did. They probably orchestrated,
Orchestrated it, yeah.
It was all like a racket.
Yep.
Like The Rock and Stone Cold.
What? I don't understand that.
Exactly.
I watched a video where a guy was going through like a $3 million Pokemon card collection.
$3 million.
There's so much
Awesome.
stuff. A lot of it was sealed, which is why it was so much. Because like there was so much like, here's some stuff from the Black and White era. Here's some Diamond and Pearl stuff, and I'm like, it's still sealed.
Until they open it and it's fake.
You know, here's one booster box of the original stuff, like
Yeah.
first edition. I'm like, Jesus.
If we ever head out towards the San Francisco way, we need to go to Rancho Obi-Wan.
That'd be fun.
It's the world's largest Star Wars collection.
It's just
Yeah.
Star Wars
Steve
merch,
says-
right?
Yeah.
Collection of everything, toys or
Yeah.
Cups, bottles,
Steve
whatever.
was like the president of like fan relations for Lucasfilm for years. And one of his things was send me one of everything. That's what he got. Warwick Davis actually did that as well. Whenever he was on Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
one of the things that he wanted to say, he said, he sent a letter, "Dear Mr. Lucas," said all these great things, and at the end, like, "Can you please send me one of all the action figures? I'm having a hard time finding them."
He was like 13, too, wasn't he?
He was not. Yeah, he was very young, very very young.
Warwick.
Warwick was 11, I think.
Was he 11?
Yeah, there's stories about Carrie
I know he
Fisher.
was like, yeah, they would like hang out like a younger sibling with him.
Yeah, like
Give
she
him
would
chocolate.
she would give him milk and cookies.
Yeah.
He was born in 1970.
So that's 83 is when that came out. I'm not really sure whenever it was filmed.
This says that he was 13 when he
13?
played Wicket,
Could be.
and 18 when he was in Willow.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
He was young.
He was very young.
Still. Willow, definitely.
Just crazy. I don't know how old he was in Leprechaun.
That would have been early 90s?
He would have been 23 in Leprechaun, Rick.
What year did Leprechaun come out?
93.
Okay.
You haven't seen Leprechaun, you should watch it. It's great. Don't watch any past the first one. Just
I haven't
watch the
seen
first-
any.
Only the
Leprechauns.
first one.
You haven't seen
Right in the
Leprechaun?
Hood.
I haven't seen it either.
Dude, we
So that's the best
in the
title I've ever heard.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do one of the Leprechauns or some of the Leprechauns in October.
I'm into that.
Do they constitute as like bad movies? Like you said, watch the first one,
I
but
feel
none
like-
of the others. Do the others count as like bad movies?
I mean,
Bad horror movies are like their own thing.
Their
I
own
feel like
genre.
it's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, like
Okay.
hearing the premise, that's what it is.
so
It achieves what it set out to do.
I didn't realize there's one from 2018, Rick. But there's Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2,
Yep.
Leprechaun 3,
Three.
Leprechaun 4 in space,
In space.
Leprechaun in the Hood,
Yep.
Leprechaun Back to the Hood,
Yep.
It was a hit.
Leprechaun Origins, and Leprechaun Returns.
Yeah, Leprechaun Back to the Hood is the only one that our VHS rental place had growing up.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Now, Origins and Returns does not have Warwick Davis.
I also love.
but he played him in every other Leprechaun movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that the hood is after space.
Yeah.
Where else could we go?
Yeah,
That's
we
my
went to
favorite part.
space. Now we go to the hood.
Yep.
Usually space is like, all right, we're out of ideas
Yep.
now. But no, they're like, you know what? We got one more idea. Let's go to the hood.
Although it didn't
I
take
don't-
him long to go to space in Hellraiser either, did it? Like 3 or 2.
It's not 3. I would say 5.
Was it 5? I thought it was early.
No, I think I've seen the first and then I don't know. I know I've seen at least one other of the Leprechauns, but I don't remember which one it was. But I don't know. It's fun. Everything, you know what a Leprechaun is, right? You know all
Yeah.
the rules about Leprechauns?
Sure.
Just keep those in mind when you watch it.
Okay.
That's all you really need to know. And if you don't know those, I think it tells you probably.
Is a franchise that then like eventually goes to space, is that like the ultimate, like, all right, we've gone too far?
The jump the shark.
Yeah. Right? Because like Jason went to space.
Yeah. Hellraiser.
Sure.
Hellraiser went to space.
Hellraiser was number 4, I think.
I don't know. Like, what if the point of the
Fast and Furious went to space.
Star Wars went to space.
But it started in space.
Is that what you got to do? Have to start in
yeah,
space?
that's what I'm saying.
It
like,
literally started in
eventually
space.
you get like to 5 or 6 or 7 movies, and you're like, all right, what else we do? I
Like
don't know.
the
We're in
opening crawl?
space.
Like
We
Lost.
ran out of shit to do on Earth.
Lost in space.
It's in space.
It didn't start in space. You start on Earth, then you go to space, and you got lost.
But it's a sci-fi movie.
It's a TV show.
Yes.
It's 2 TV shows.
I watched
is
it as
two
a
TV
movie
shows.
first with Joey.
With Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
the
know.
one that isn't terrible, but it starts as sci-fi's the Predator series.
Yeah.
Eventually they leave Earth, and that movie's not terrible.
Sure.
No, but that makes sense. I mean, aliens come from space. It's already there, you know?
Yeah.
But like, you know, it would be like as if the next Jurassic Park movie comes out and now the dinosaurs are in space. You'd be like, all right, come on.
Yeah, like Land Before Time 20,
Yeah.
now in space.
Yeah. Like there's a shark tooth in
Which
space.
actually, I think, Eric, they just made your movie. It's called like 60.
Oh, I did see that trailer on our break, the Adam Driver movie.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
It does look pretty good.
What is it? 65 or something like that, right?
Yeah, is it 65?
Yeah, 65 million years
Yep.
ago. Yeah, it is. It's the premise of Terra Nova. I love that show, but it looks actually like I'm actually kind of hyped for that. That looks good.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Adam Driver, not just because obviously, you know, the Star Wars connection. I just think that he's really unique.
Yeah.
He has a really unique voice, presence, look about him.
We got to
I don't
watch that and Cocaine Grizzly.
Cocaine Bear?
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. Airplane 2 went to space, apparently.
Airplane 2?
I've not seen Airplane 2.
I have not either.
Huh.
Does Zathura count?
But that's
Zathura?
within that movie, isn't it?
Yeah, but isn't it kind of like a spin-off from Jumanji?
I've never seen
Well,
it.
it's
so
the space version of Jumanji.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's it say? John Favreau. I didn't know he did this. Followed up Elf with this adaptation of Chris Van Allsburg's sci-fi kids novel Zathura. Though not a direct sequel, producers hit upon the fact that other previous adaptations of Allsburg's work, Jumanji, shared similarities to Zathura. So not exactly.
Okay. Like
Dracula 3000, though. There you go.
Yeah, man. I remember that movie. God.
I remember that. Fuck.
Critters.
It had like the holographic cover.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yep.
I remember seeing that.
That and Jack Frost were the two at the movie rental place that had holographic covers.
The scary Jack Frost.
Yes. Scary. Not George Clooney.
No, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
George Clooney dropped out.
No, I know. I said not George Clooney.
Not George Clooney. I got you. Okay.
I got Coolio's in that movie.
Yep.
Which one?
Dracula.
Rest in peace, Coolio.
Really? You know what? Man, I don't know if I've seen this one. There's a Dracula movie I kind of remember where, like, but I don't remember Coolio being in it.
John Carpenter's Vampires? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, they were, like, transporting a body and stuff. I don't know. It was weird. I'm just trying to look up, like, what movies, like, went to space.
What
One
franchise?
of them listed Leprechaun as one of the options, so.
There's got to be like a trope.
Well, like, is it, like, time travel? Like the thing that
like
you always
there's
talk
Whiteley's
about?
Constant. Someone needs to name the space thing after themselves.
Yeah, but, like, I don't think every series goes to that if it goes too long, though, right?
That's the thing. Like eventually it does.
Like Godfather went
But
too
does
long.
it?
They didn't go to space.
Well, like your constant thing,
Didn't
just
go that long.
Yeah, but it didn't have seasons.
3. That's a trilogy. That's norm. That's basic success. It's a trilogy.
I feel like
Oh, Highlander went to space.
Yeah, Highlander,
one.
baby.
Spider-Man went to space.
well, yeah, a lot of people went to space. You talking about Endgame and Infinity War and stuff? Like some of those people started in space. Eric, does that count?
Yeah.
I don't think it
Making the
counts
list, Aaron,
when
put Highlander on there. 'cause
when
that one definitely
like
counts.
the people who you're fighting against came from space. That's like Mars Attacks. Like that doesn't count.
Yeah, we started on Earth. I don't know. I think time travel is a more constant. Like the show is going to go on too long.
Yeah.
Now there's time travel versus
Yeah.
space.
I-
Like
if
Boy
it's
Meets
something that wasn't originally involved in the premise of the
Sure.
franchise,
exactly.
right?
I feel like there's more shows where like you can twist an idea to where like a time travel episode is involved, whether it's a dream or whatever. But for some reason, space is a little bit harder to like tack on there. That's just more of a we have nothing else to do. Let's make this movie go to space. I feel like it's movies more than TV shows, right?
I would say so, definitely.
Yeah.
Like Friends, I don't know. Friends I could see doing like time travel shenanigan episode, but I can't see them going to space.
Well, they're doing that 90s show now, but maybe they'll do like that 2090.
A 2090 show?
2090 show.
That 2190 show? In space.
I never watched that 70s show or whatever, but
I did.
I watched some of it.
I liked it.
you like it?
Well, when I was growing up, at least. I don't know if it holds up now, but
Gotcha.
I did enjoy it.
I started watching some episodes of the IT Crowd.
Oh,
I had
that's so good.
I had never seen IT Crowd. I think I've watched one episode.
I watched that in college.
Yeah.
Like in class.
Should I not? Should I save it?
I don't know. I don't know if it would be a good reaction or not,
Yeah?
but I like that show.
I love that show.
It's a lot of fun.
I love Black Books.
I got
Black
stuck
Books
in
Chronicles,
I got
yeah.
stuck in a thing where I'm like, I don't have anything to watch. Dang it. IT Crowd. I always hear about this. Motherfuckers, every time someone says father, they go, father! I'm like, I want that. I don't know why they're screaming like that.
You will.
You still don't.
You
I don't.
You
I'm
sound
seeing
like
one episode.
you sound like me with like Seinfeld stuff.
Yeah, no, I do. I totally do.
But no, IT Crowd's
Seinfeld
a lot of
was the
fun.
number one show when it went.
I definitely enjoy it. I don't know if it'd make a good reaction, but it was something where I was like, you should watch it. It's kind of like I also feel the same about Psych. I'm like, I don't know if a Psych would be a good reaction or not,
Sure.
but I really
But
love
it's a
Psych.
great show.
I love the show.
So I will not continue to watch it. All right.
IT Crowd. I don't know if it would make a good reaction or not. Chat, what do you guys think? Nope, Chad didn't say anything.
I watched a show called
People are
Traitor
saying
on
yes,
Netflix over
IT
the
Crowd
break.
reactions would be amazing.
It's how long is IT Crowd? It's not very
It's
long
pretty
either, right?
short.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's like
not.
2 seasons, like 16 episodes maybe.
Unless it's Doctor Who, the British stuff doesn't go on that long.
True. It also has those man, I can't remember the actors. I like them too. It has like 24 episodes.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a special.
Oh, I don't think I've
I
seen
haven't seen the
I don't
special.
think I've seen a special.
That'd be quick.
It would be.
Um,
We should do that. You want to see the first episode?
Yeah. And I can forget it if I want.
Serenity. It's a British information technologies kind of themed comedy sitcom, kind of like The Office, but
it's funny.
I just love in that first episode.
Rick, you can't say that.
I just love in that first episode when like you come up and you meet the boss and he's like sitting there like this, and then it zooms out and it's just a picture of him that you're looking at. You come back to him sitting like this.
That's funny.
It's the oh shoot, the Hot Fuzz guy with the grocery store
Oh, with the painting or picture or whatever.
standing next to himself with receiving an award with the picture on the wall.
Yeah. So I enjoy that. That guy's funny. I think Moss and Roy are funny. Man, what's the girl's name? Jen.
Yeah.
I think Jen.
Jen.
Yeah. Like I think those three are really good. I like them a lot. Well, do you guys have anything else? Should I look through the questions real quick? We also need to read through bits and donations here soon.
Yeah,
and
I've got bits and donations / memes
and
ready, so don't
memes.
go anywhere.
when we do that, we'll look through all the memes then too.
Oh, Cornetto trilogy went to space.
What?
He's right.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
All right. Why not? Taylor says, Eric, can you talk about your new note-taking system?
My new note-taking system? It's really complicated.
He's got multiple books, multiple sheets,
No, I got
multiple
2 books
pens.
because we do too many shows, and I only have like 6 sections per book, so I have to double up on my books. And actually, like we have like 13 shows now or something like that. So I'm like, fuck, the newest thing that I've been doing, I'm just leaving over here. But I don't know.
We need to do like a documentary style video on our note taking.
Yeah, I vastly prefer it to the 100 or so books that I have and trying to keep track of them. But yeah, I mean, I just for some reason I remember things better when I've written them down, and I enjoy paper and pen more than not. So, I mean, the only reason I haven't stopped is because Aaron's like, you're not gonna do this for a year, so now I gotta do it for a year before I can change. So.
You have to prove me wrong. You're gonna give this
I gotta
up.
wait until 2024 at least.
You're gonna give this up before.
If you really want to prove a point, you can just do both.
Good.
Like I did it for a year, but I also did this
Actually-
more effective system.
You do it in the tablet and then you just print them out.
Yeah, there you go.
The ring binder. Done. But no, I don't get that with pen and paper. But like, digital pinball or digital board games aren't as good.
Yeah,
The other ones.
Yep.
I getcha.
Superdor said, interesting that this is the second crossword hint hunt. Which one did you have more fun with? This one or the one with Blind Wave Trivia?
I like both of them because they kind of solve a similar purpose. So the first one, the circled letters, you had to put over top of a map.
Okay.
And I like to give you points on it. So like I like that idea, and then I like the idea of them giving you directions.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one I had like days to come up with. This one I did in like a bathroom break. Hence the misspelling.
Yeah.
So they were both fun.
Okay. Miss Timmy Fantastico says, hey guys, I haven't seen Andor or Rogue One. Which one do you think I should watch first? If you had the option to watch them for the first time again, would you watch the movie first?
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't have that experience. I think Andor can be watched without ever seeing Star Wars.
Without any Star Wars at all?
I think it's that good in terms of
Honestly,
getting into the drama of the characters.
Yeah, it's such a well self-contained story.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not relying on any kind of Jedi Force kind of stuff or anything,
No.
so it's not like you need that described.
You don't
told
need
to
like
you or anything.
backstory.
Like, do you understand like trauma? Yeah. All right, you're good.
Like, I don't think I don't think the
you understand
Kenobi,
oppression.
Kenobi series doesn't work well on its own.
No.
Like, I think you have to watch at least episodes 1, 2, and 3
Yeah.
Yeah.
to kind of understand more of that. But I think Andor you could watch without watching the movie, and then you could watch the movie after you're done with Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the next season comes out. That might be good.
Yeah, that's probably the right answer is wait until season 2, and then we can make a right informed decision.
Okay, this is interesting. Saboteur says, this is the first podcast since your Fast 9 reaction made it to YouTube. In your Redline reaction, which I wasn't in that one.
You need to watch Redline, Aaron.
Calvin said, after watching this, I think that Fast and Furious didn't go far enough. With Fast 10 in production, do you think this will be the movie where the series finally reaches Redline's level?
What did you do, Calvin?
I gave him the idea is what I did.
Redline is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
The thing that works in animation as opposed to, in my opinion, doesn't really work super well in Fast and Furious, especially that first movie, or maybe it's the second, but to give you the sense of speed, like the way that the lens is too slow to capture the image of how fast it's going, that's perfectly done in animation, and it can look a little weird in live action. So
Yeah.
I can kind of like apply that to all the points I think you can make, and it makes sense to me.
Like I think the closest maybe they've come is the Speed Racer movie, which I think did pretty good.
I love the Speed Racer movie. We just talked about that today, didn't we?
I
did.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Because Christina Ricci's in it.
Yes, she is.
So that's why we started talking about it.
Yeah.
The rulemaking rat says, having just rewatched your Dragon Ball Evolution reaction, what unholy bargain must I strike to get a Zelda CDI playthrough from Eric?
No. No.
Maybe it's fun and good, Eric. Maybe you'd enjoy it.
It's not fun and good. Says everyone.
Says everyone.
I'm not gonna come along and be like, you know what? I think it's good. No. It's been years.
It's playable.
Well, sure.
I'll give it that much.
Every game's playable.
No.
Not every game is. The good
But
ones are.
it can be played. Except for Cyberpunk when that came out, I guess. I don't know.
True.
This might be the last one, maybe. Shiraz Saeed says, you are chosen by the Omnitrix.
Okay.
But this one can turn you into any 10 Pokemon. Which 10 would you choose?
Well, I really had to work on my typing, I feel like. They all have to be different typing.
It's more dynamic because you can have 10 Pokemon instead of just 6 in your team, right?
I mean, I feel like for the best scenarios, I should choose things like, well, I'll be Rayquaza.
Yeah.
I'll be Mewtwo. I'll pick like, maybe like Garchomp, Machamp.
Yeah.
Just like the
Machamp's
pinnacle.
like one you should pick anyway, right? Because he's just one of the.
He's 4 arms.
He's one of them
yeah.
already.
Like you want to be a ghost so you can go through things.
Ooh, but probably like Gengar or maybe Dragapult or maybe Aegislash.
So you do like the pinnacle of those types
Sure.
as one of the 10.
I feel like you need to be a Ditto.
A Ditto? That
Yeah.
way you can be other people's
You
stuff?
you can cover other things.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Mew. Mew knows transform.
Yeah.
Well, but what if these are the only 10 Pokemon that exist? Then Ditto is like
Ditto in
No
the Detective
longer-
That's
Pikachu
true.
movie could
Like-
turn into a person.
In Ben 10 right now, how useful would a Ditto would have been?
Well, in the Detective Pikachu, Ditto can look like a person.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty useful.
that's true.
it also looks like this.
Well, yeah, but you gotta
With,
wear
like,
sunglasses.
Just
and-
little dots,
I'm just saying, it's useful.
and his face is just kind of like, it's weird. It's not that useful. I can tell. Like, you're a Ditto, Eric. Look at you.
You can't tell if I'm disguised. If I have a hat and sunglasses and a scarf over my face,
I suppose.
and I'm super thin, you wouldn't know it's me.
You would know. You know who I am. I'd probably pick a Scizor as well. Because he can also, like, fly.
Yeah.
He's probably strong. He's made of metal. I like that. That's cool. All right, I picked 5.
Good enough.
Pretty good. I think that will be it. We got to go through some donations, bits, subs, and all that. But while we do that, we're also going to be going through
Looking at memes.
some memes from the
Indeed.
community.
You threw it to me as I had to yawn.
So let's check out what. This is your brain. This is your brain on Hint Hunt.
Oh, little kitty hamster.
All right, we will start with LKG, who resubscribed for 44 months. Incredible.
Thank you, LKG.
Cow is good.
Gary.
Why
I love the lighting on that one.
why am I wearing that jacket?
It's necessary.
I don't know.
Is it supremely necessary?
Next Wave GG, 6 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, Rick is lost in the maze.
My own maze, also.
Of his own creation.
Yep. CD Briggs, 62 months. Good old Twitch Prime. That's a lot of months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tuh. Rick Astley. Rick.
Rick Astley.
Nice. Fomarak, 46 months. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Fulmarac.
Hilding, 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Weekly
Thank you,
loving.
Hilding.
Miss Timmy Fantastico, 37 months.
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Timmy.
you, Miss Timmy.
Yeah, so in the maze, there were Sex Ed, Dark, and Fringe were right next to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, they knew it was one of those 3. But until they solved the crossword, they weren't sure which
Oh,
one.
that's funny.
That's cool.
Oh, Death, resubscribed for 12 months. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hope you did as well.
Bad Wolf, 13 months. Thank you.
I've seen this one.
Face is so
It's such a perfect expression of disappointment.
He's mad about the crossword puzzle mess up.
That might be me from the Candyland video. I made a similar face.
Yeah.
It says there is a typo in the crossword puzzle. So Rick goes from
Pikachu, 24 months.
Pikachu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pikachu.
Man, we didn't even talk about the refrigerator incident.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about the refrigerator.
That whole thing.
I'm so glad I had surgery.
That was a
You
shit
are
show.
too.
Actually, no, I think that was before I had surgery, right?
It was before.
Yeah, sure. It was like that Wednesday or whatever.
The fridge broke. We got a new one. It was not fun.
Yeah, the people who came and were supposed to take the old one away didn't. They didn't hook up the new one. So we were here with our landlord for like 3 hours, like moving the old one out, hooking the new one up. And then he called them and fought with them over the phone for a long time. And we just had an extra fridge sitting in our kitchen for like a week and a
An
half.
extra non-working fridge.
And-
All
yeah,
while
an
I
extra
was
non-working
playing the
fridge.
Final stream of God of War.
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
All while that was going on.
Eric calls me.
I was just like, hey, actually, what I really said, though not in those words, is like, can you come deal with this bullshit? I can't. I got hundreds of people on stream right now.
Yeah. Well, did you say too, like, to get it in the building, they took off a door?
Yeah,
took off
they
the
fucked up
door.
the front door
And
so it
then-
wouldn't latch.
And then when they left, the door they put back on just wouldn't shut right.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not just wouldn't shut right, would not shut.
And then if it doesn't shut, it doesn't stop screaming, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It was super cold that day. Oh.
It was. It was very cold.
Bad Wolf resubscribed for 13 months.
Thank you, Bad Wolf.
But thank you again.
Thank you.
Tintin Who, 42 months. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Naruto is the imposter.
Because
Yeah.
I got it wrong.
Not to row.
On a clock.
Purple's Grapes Grace, 32 months. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
I don't know what this is, Eric.
I don't get it.
You getting the mail when it was really cold? Is that a thing that happened that I've forgotten
My
about?
way to get the mail. I don't know. It does get cold. It's very nice.
Malik gifted 25 subs.
Thank you,
Thank
Malik.
you so much, Malik.
That's awesome.
Just a
We
picture.
Sub hype in the
I don't get
beginning.
I get this one.
I don't understand.
You're a teapot. You're laugh real
'Cause
hard
I'm
right now.
hot?
No, laugh right now. Real hard.
Short and stout.
Actual laugh. Shut up.
Lewick gifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subs.
Thank you, Lewick.
Oh, man.
Oh, rookie. Okay, I understand. Jancy posted one day during the storm that you went into the office to get the mail and publish videos. Yes, I didn't have internet, and the mailman had just dropped stuff off here just at the front door. It was this gigantic box. I'm like, I'll go get it.
Right. Okay,
It
that
was,
explains it.
during a weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And
I
that
wish
was awesome.
Vegeta was my training partner. That'd be amazing.
You do not wish that.
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
you would be dead.
I would be dead.
One, he trains alone because most people die.
That's why I train alone.
Yeah, you need to train in like with Mr. Popo or something.
Mr. Bobo.
The Fat Bandicoot gifted 5 subs.
Thank you, Fat Bandicoot.
Thank you so much.
What was he cooking?
What's that in the background?
Looks like a warehouse or something.
Yeah, I can't place
Doesn't it?
I'm not sure.
what that is.
I know this picture is from the hide and seek,
Yes.
but I don't know. What were you cooking?
Uh,
It's about Hen Hunt.
maybe. I don't know.
All right.
It seems like it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue, Rick.
Yes, Lewick gifted a sub. Thank you very much. 80 Sant gifted 5 subs. So much generosity.
Thank you so
guys so
much.
much. We appreciate it. The new
Make sure-
year, yes.
Make sure if you were gifted a sub to thank your gifter. It's a very generous gift of them.
Huntney also gifted a sub.
Huntney, thank you.
I love that opening we did.
It's so dumb.
Oliver's
funny.
chili.
That was our last cooking with, wasn't it?
was
I
our
think so,
finale.
yeah.
Good way to end it. Where was I? Kristen Lynn, 32 months. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jedi 525, 5 months.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jedi.
See, this is why you can't hate on Navi. I'm Navi. Hey,
You are.
listen.
Is that why you're in the chat like, hey, cut the
It
grass?
should.
Every time you have like a bit of wisdom, it should always be, hey. That's how you have to start it.
Should.
Oh no, you've ruined my chat now, Aaron.
Or listen.
No, don't do that, chat.
If you want to backseat
Please.
in Zelda, you have to type hey or listen first.
No backseating.
I haven't been looking at chat very much.
Yeah.
I do appreciate everyone who watches.
That's a great face.
I love that so much.
I might get this tattooed on me.
If only it was Obi.
That's such a great image.
That's
It
great.
looks like, I don't know.
Why am I writing this? For what?
It's amazing.
What's that face from?
Some things don't need explanations.
No, that's
Aaron.
your collecting hair.
Yeah, it looks like my
A little
longer
bit,
quarantine,
yeah.
but not my quarantine beard though.
That's
No.
true.
So that would have been a couple weeks after you came back when.
Yeah, and I had shaved, but I didn't cut my hair yet.
Yeah.
Stig, 30 months. Thank you. very much.
Stig.
Thank you.
One Resolute 1, 4 months.
Thank you.
Ghost in the Shell, Rick. Is there any plans for that yet or anything? Any ideas for return or anything? Or
I would say it is unlikely to come back until at least April.
Gotcha.
I'm going
Okay.
to be very busy.
Yeah. I like this one. This one was just made, this podcast. Like in the first 15 minutes.
I'm glad the reflection's still there and not altered. And you can see what's
Yeah.
there on the other side.
But it does look like you're holding something.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Luckily, the reflection's there, and it looks like, okay, he's got a joystick instead.
Yeah.
That was pretty quickly done. Sorry, continue, Rick.
Martian Army, 17 months. Iced IG, 100 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody.
Iced has a message.
I'm sorry.
Ice has a message. What's the message?
Ice.
Hey, I've asked this before, but do you think about bringing movie commentaries back? I'd love to see you finish Star Wars 1 through 9, as you only have 4 through 6. Seeing Calvin and specifically Rick's opinions on the prequels, since watching the Clone Wars would be great, along with helping people understand the sequels better, including myself. I love watching Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, along with the commentaries, gathering new info. They could return once a month would be great, or something along those lines.
I really enjoyed doing the movie commentaries. They didn't really get a lot of engagement, and just by the nature of what they are, if you're not syncing them up a lot, like they had some of the worst retention of any of our videos.
Sure.
They were so long, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of times where we're just kind of we're watching, and there's nothing playing, so it's kind of dead air, you know.
Yeah. It was really something that we enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
Because we were watching movies that we know we love,
Mhm.
and it's like a comfort thing for us. But yeah, it was a real time suck as well.
And having bad retention can negatively affect other videos around that video too. So, but maybe one day we can figure out a good format.
Hopefully. I love this.
Nah, Turo.
The expression is so good
great
again.
In the 69 world, subscribe for 10 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Dame, 42 months. High Blind Wave. Hope you all had an amazing holiday break.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy Dan.
you. Hope you did too.
Tetsuo, 43 months.
Thank you, Tetsuo.
Thank
Normal
you.
Daniel, 3 months.
Thank you, Daniel.
Normal Dan.
The Tepa, 10 months.
Teppa.
Brendan O'Malley, 37 months. Love from Scotland.
Thank
I
you.
recently ran into Ian McDermott in my local town.
What?
I was both too starstruck and nervous to introduce myself. What famous people have you ran into in your day-to-day lives?
Day-to-day lives?
And I don't think
Probably
no.
no one.
Eric, you kind of met
The wrestler?
no, in the airport.
Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat,
Yep.
yeah.
I saw Chris Sabat. He had one of those hats on, like kind of what you're wearing, and he looked at me and he didn't recognize me or anything, but he recognized that I recognized him, and I could tell that he was like, man, like he was probably in a convention or something, you know, and just trying to go home. So he kind of was just like looked at me like I was like, I won't say anything. I don't want to bother anybody, especially
Yeah.
at the airport. They're already frustrated. So
No, he probably appreciates that more than you gushing over how much you love his voice.
yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to say the wrestler thing, but I guess that was also like at a convention-y
Buff
kind of
Sure.
thing.
Bagwell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Came over. Well,
Like,
I didn't go to see him. He came over to see Obi.
sure,
He
but it was like, it's like if I went to Star Wars Celebration
Yeah.
and came across,
sure.
I don't know, like Ian McDermott or I don't know,
Sure.
someone. Like I feel like it's not as a day-to-day life thing. The closer one is like when we were at the pizza place from Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
We were at the pizza place eating pizza, and Christopher Sean came over and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was
Beautiful.
talking with us.
Beautiful
And
man.
none of us
It
had
was a
ever.
life-changing moment for
None of us
us.
had actually seen his face.
Yeah.
No,
We
we
were
didn't
like-
know who he was or how beautiful he was.
No.
But it just we're like, "Oh shit,
We do now.
what's up?" Okay, so that's
was
like the closest one I can think of where it was kind of like Like I wasn't like walking around at a convention where I was expecting
Yeah.
to see anyone.
I had one where
But
I
it was
was
nearby.
walking around a convention, but I saw someone that I did not expect to see. It was at E3, and I saw Paul from the board game channel. Shut up and sit down. And like,
Your heart in your throat.
well, I forget who I was with, but it was like the last day we were trying to film some stuff last
Yeah.
minute. It was like, I want to talk to him, but I can't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Sorry, Rick.
at E3 I met Destin Legary. Is that how you say his last name? He was originally I originally knew him from Screw Attack.
Yeah.
He had done like the news, and now he works for
IGN, right?
IGN. And I kind of said hi to him a little bit there. We were in line for like the Marvel game that was coming out at the time or something like that, like the Marvel Avengers. So I said hi to him and stuff, but he was kind of like, hey, I think it was more like, I gotta work.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand. I don't want to bother you too much, but
Sandwich, there's plenty of celebrities in Ohio, just none of them are in Marietta.
That's true.
Not this.
And if they are, we find out about them like a day or two after.
way too late.
Yeah.
Occasionally we get a president coming through or something.
I remember when I was a kid, and everybody was so psyched that Scott Hall had come into the pit stop on exit 6.
Yeah.
They had a picture,
Who?
like from the security camera.
The wrestler.
The wrestler, Scott Hall. He always had a toothpick.
Okay.
You remember Scott Hall at all?
Yeah.
He was. but
Okay.
yeah. I remember
recognize this
like
guy.
my brother told me like he was at the pit stop, and like we like went and touched every door handle. It was like we probably touched what he touched. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
like,
so gross.
97, 98, he was one of the coolest
Yeah.
dudes on the planet for young teenage boys.
So the closest I got is I was there like 24 hours after he was there.
The closest I've ever gotten to meeting someone who is like truly famous and not like at a convention or right around a convention
Yeah.
was Adam Savage, and we were going to brunch in Ontario, in Toronto, and a group of us went to one restaurant, and they were like, hey, this place is pretty cool. Since your restaurant is like full up and you're waiting, just come here. And we were making our way there, and they're like, oh my gosh, Adam Savage is here. And traffic was horrible, and like an hour later we showed up, and he'd already eaten and left, and they got pictures with him and
Sure.
all that shit.
Damn.
Super disappointed. But yeah, that's my disappointing story.
Yeah. It reminds me of like we had that late breakfast at that one place, and we were like, oh my gosh, is that Pablo Hidalgo?
Pablo.
Yeah.
That's Pablo Hidalgo, isn't it? Oh my God, that's Pablo Hidalgo. I was like, should we say hi? He looks like he's busy and talking with people. We should leave him alone.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, we recognize, like, hey, there he is.
We're like, hey.
But yeah. No, not too many things in Ohio in a day-to-day life.
I mean, in fact, like if we flip it around, remember how weird it was when we first went to Orlando for Celebration, and you know, doing what we do. Yeah, we have a decent amount of subscribers and viewers and stuff, but no one around here knows that or
Yeah,
knew that. At
That
the
used
time.
to be the case.
It used to be the case. It's gotten.
I don't know if better is the right word, but
Not better.
there's more people
Yeah.
that know of us now.
I mean, we've been doing it for 8 years. It makes sense. But back then, I remember feeling like how weird it was to actually see a face to those numbers, right?
Yeah.
And they'd come up and they'd know you, and you'd be like, and I already felt weird because like I'd have to just rely on you guys to hear them,
Yeah.
because I couldn't hear very well. But I remember that being like one of the strangest feelings of being like, oh no, yeah, real people do watch this.
I remember looking around at Star Wars Celebration, like in the vendor room and stuff like that, and there was someone like at a table just kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
staring at me, and I was like, I don't know what they.
But
They gonna rob me? What's going on? Why are they staring at me?
Do you think I stole something, or do you think you know me?
I can't tell you how paranoid I am, especially after that haunted house we did.
Yeah.
Of if I'm ever by myself and I'm walking and someone tries to stop and I just don't hear them and keep walking, I don't want to be a dick. you
Eric,
know?
Eric,
Yeah.
Eric. You just kept on like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
You gotta get that tattoo.
Exactly. I do need the tattoo.
All right, last few
Yes.
bits and
Yeah. Let's see. Where did I leave off? I think it was Stormy Boy, 42 months. Rick, how are you liking Yakuza 0 so far? Love the series. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Love it. The more I play it, the more I love it. It's one of those very rare open world games that, one, I like, and two, I have gone through and I'm doing every side quest. I'm doing all the business stuff. Like,
Nice.
God, it's so fun.
I feel like that's how I felt with Spider-Man. When I was playing Spider-Man, like I'm doing everything in this game, and there's not very many games where I'm like I'm gonna do everything.
Yeah.
It's not even super fun to play. Like, I don't love the combat or anything, but just the characters and the story and just being able to walk around Japan.
That's cool.
So much fun.
And is it
and
like
Japan in the 80s.
So is it set up like
yeah?
it's set up like real Japan?
Yeah.
Cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you ever played the Shimnu series, but it's sort of in that
No.
vein of games. Light 667, 43 months. Haven't been able to catch a stream in a little over a year. But I'm
Dang.
glad I could catch most of this one. Best of luck for all future projects in 2023.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Light.
you, Light. Hope you can join us for some more sometime.
Yeah.
Darkwing, 31 months. Happy 2023.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Darkwing.
Darkwing.
Malik, 5 months. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Malik.
Moisty Boy, 2 months. Love you guys. Keep it up.
Thank you,
Thank
Moisty
you.
boy.
Malik gifted 10 subs.
Jeez.
Malik.
More? Thank you, Malik.
A lot of subs.
Thank you so
And-
much.
Finally, Zero Powers 0, 8 months. Looking forward to the new reactions. Keep up the good work, boys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got some new stuff starting in January,
Yes.
and excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am as well. All right, guys. I think that's it for today's stream. Come back tomorrow at 3. Rick will be continuing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Also, don't forget to check out his Roll with the Punches channel, where he'll be streaming his next Roll with the Punches stream Saturday at
Yep.
10.
Yeah, we're focusing on footwork.
Yes.
Good time.
And then Calvin's High on Life will be back on Monday.
Yep.
Which might be the finale of High on Life.
Possibly.
Make sure you guys join in for that.
Yep.
Otherwise, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.